to episode 5 here on season 1 of, as I get the stream all set up and give season ticket holders and new fans time to file in and find us. Welcome to episode 5 here on our new custom team franchise series inspired by Backyard Baseball. We're going right back into it. We have a 4-game homestand with the Phillies. We're going to jump right into it, see if Ahmed Khan can continue his reign. Pablo Sanchez also heated up towards the end of last episode, which was streamed yesterday here on MLB The Show 20. I'm going to get this set up as people file in, and we're going to jump right into it. Longtime season ticket holder James Nolan, the first one to the seats here today, filing in, taking his seat behind the dugout. What's going on, James? I'm getting everything set up, and then we are rolling with our 4-game homestand against the Phillies. And this documentary, this TV show here live streaming on YouTube, continues, of the humongous Melonheads and all our Backyard Baseball characters all grown up. Getting this all set up. What's going on, guys? Mike returning in. He bought season tickets yesterday. Season tickets, of course, free. He joined the gang yesterday. Good to see you back, Mike. We're about to jump right into it. I'm getting the stream all set up, giving some more cats time to file in and take their seats behind the dugout, and we're going to jump right into a 4-game homestand against Bryce Harper and the Phillies. Super excited to continue this series and see Ahmed Khan and Pablo Sanchez continue their reign, and also see if Mikey Thomas can keep it going, and see if other players can get going as well. Okay, just about ready. As more of you file in and take your seat behind the dugout as a season ticket holder for the Melonheads, comment and introduce yourself. Let me know you're here. I'm getting this stream set up. We got about 20 more seconds, and then we will be rolling. Nice, James. I'm getting this thumbnail put up and then we will be ready to go. Always something with YouTube, but that's okay. We just got to get it up and we get to watch some baseball and hang out and have some fun here on this custom team franchise as we continue with the Melonhead story. Okay. We got it all set. It is go time. We are back at Weasel World for another 4-game series. This one against the Phillies. Let's look at the probable starters of these next 4 games. We've got our boy Ernie Steele on the mound to start game 1 of this series. Angela Del Vecchio, game 2. Ricky Johnson in game 3 and Luann Louie, game 4. The Phillies throwing Zach Wheeler, Jake Arrieta, Zach Eflin, and Spencer Howard, who we rocked last time out, but he is a good young righty with some potential. We're going to jump right into this game. See a live tweet in on this broadcast from James Nolan, season ticket holder. Says, Ernie going to throw a gem. I can feel it. So, oh snap. We got to pick a prediction that Ernie Steele, Funny Bones, a 6'8", righty reliever. Starting pitcher for us. Supposed to be our ace coming in with some high upside, as tall as his hair is. And James Nolan thinks he's going to throw a gem for the first time ever. He has struggled a little bit out of the gates. Super excited to see if he gets it going. Your boy Tony slowed down a little bit, James. All right, here we go. As you see, how the Melonheads so far, these backyard baseball kids all grown up, rank against the rest of the major leagues. Have done pretty solid. 4th in runs scored in the majors, but the pitching has been a little shaky. We've given up a lot of home runs, and we haven't struck out many batters. That's not a good combination. We're not missing many bats.
MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air.
This is Sunny Day, wishing you all peace, harmony, and great baseball.
One of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on it?
Give it all he's got.
You see, Ernie's numbers has not been good through his first 3 starts in the bigs. Hopefully he can turn it around here. James Nolan, season ticket holder for the Melonheads, claims he thinks Ernie is due for a big day. We start off with a pop-up to Keisha Phillips. No fly ball indicator. Let's see if she can get under it. She does. Nice way to start this series. We are on a 4-game win streak after sweeping the New York Mets.
Stepping into the box, Phil Gosselin. Looking to get it going. Off to a bit of a slow start. Good breaking ball there, laid off.
Ernie coming out looking sharp so far, James.
Coming off a win in his
Wasn't Ernie also like a ridiculous fielder in the original game? Yes, he was a really good fielder, and he was so tall. Everybody put him at first base. He was kind of slow, though. Kind of lanky and uncoordinated, a little bit slow. So he wasn't just unbelievable fielder, but he just caught everything you threw to him pretty much. And like anything around him, he would catch it. As Bryce Harper stands in now for the Phillies.
a couple of hits in yesterday's contest.
You see those numbers. Harper's been on a tear for the Phillies. 8 home runs already. That's not too far behind Pablo and Ahmed. Gets his first stand in here. We're going to have to face a lot of Bryce Harper in this series. It's a 4-game series with the Phillies.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off.
We just did a pretty good job of limiting Pete Alonso in the last 4-game series against the Mets. He did homer a couple times against us. Let's see what kind of series Harper's going to have. Marky Dubois, wow. Takes a bad angle, ends up making the play. And we're not going to waste any time. We're getting right into this Melonheads lineup, starting us off in this series. Let's see if they can keep the 4-game win streak alive, as we're going to get a look at Zach Wheeler. He's been good for the Phillies so far, but he has not faced this Melonheads lineup. 4th as of now in the majors in runs scored. And the leadoff hitter, Pete Wheeler, standing in now.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No, that's a ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Pete's been taking a lot of walks recently. I didn't think he would walk very much. Pitchers don't want to walk him because of his speed. Catches a 96-mile-per-hour fastball from Wheeler there, and that ball is almost robbed, but that ball is out of here. Unbelievable. The Melonheads pick up right where they left off on stream yesterday. Pete Wheeler with a nasty first at bat against Zach Wheeler. Runs the count full, 2 close pitches, and Adam Hasley almost takes the life out of this Weasel World crowd early. Can't quite get there. We saw Pete Wheeler make a rob in spring training out there in center field. Hasley can't get that one, and in steps Pablo Sanchez. 98 from Wheeler. Pablo's a little bit late on it, and we will not see a back-to-back today. Leading off the game we did a few episodes ago of Pete and Pablo. Not today. In steps a man with 1,000 OPS even, Mikey Thomas. Wheeler is throwing gas after 96 got hit out of the park by Wheelie to start the game. Wheeler's thrown 98-99. That was a pretty epic Wheeler versus Wheeler matchup to start this bottom of the first inning.
2-2.
Off the 1-2 changeup, and he's worked it back to 2-2. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
I did too, James. Just realized it was a Wheeler versus Wheeler. James says, tweets in on the live broadcast, why walk when you can jog around the bases? Mikey puts good wood on this 96-mile-per-hour fastball. A little bit outside, but the dude has power to all sides of the field. He does fly out to Adam Hasley. And here is a man who has torn up the major leagues so far, Ahmed Khan. His highlight film surfaced all around the league earlier this morning, and fans were anticipating his first AB here as he is perfect on that changeup. Nearly hits Zach Wheeler with a shot back up the middle. It's a single for Ahmed Khan. We're used to extra base hits from him, but we will take that to keep his hot start to the new season and his new career going. Here is Keisha Phillips.
Ball. 3 balls, 1 strike.
This Melonheads team has actually scored some runs against top-level pitching so far and on legend difficulty. So I'm super excited to see this team's potential. We do come in 8-7 on the year. We just get the one from Pete Wheeler as you see it here. And the Melonheads head to the second. They're going to face Reese Hoskins, who still has not homered yet in this new season. Just a pretty weak start to the season from Reese Hoskins. It's going to be really tough to keep him at 0 in that home run column throughout this 4-game series. Really interested to see
2 balls, 2 strikes.
if we can do it. Ernie still is looking sharp. Nice little call by James Nolan there. First strikeout of the night. Ernie still funny bones. Looks so tall on that mound. Tall and skinny. Leaves a change up there. Didi killed us in the first time we played the Phillies. 3-game series. Hopefully he doesn't do it here. Another chance for Keisha Phillips. She's able to get under it. This team has improved so much. Fielding. In steps JT Real Muto. Full count here with 2 away. Ground ball up the middle. Pablo gets there. The throw is in time, and we head to the bottom of the second. It's Melonhead's team. Look out. If Ernie Steele can get it going and this team can keep pitching well, the sky is the limit for this young team of baseball prospects. Marquis Dubois batting just over that Mendoza line, 212 batting average on the year. Zach Wheeler just coming at us with that fastball in the high 90s. Tony Del Vecchio. Del Vecchio, a good start to the season in the field. We did expect him to be our best fielder. He's so smooth over there. Looks so clean at third base. Even started to play some left field for us and did a good job. Doesn't have a lot of sprint speed, but his reaction's really good, especially over there at third base. Let's see if he can pick up that average a little bit, though. That's not going to do it. 3-2 count for Jocinda Smith. head to the third. Wheeler clean inning there in the bottom of the second. The Melonheads lead 1-0. Ernie Steele is perfect through 2 innings. We're going to see Andrew McCutcheon leading off top of the third. Pablo Sanchez just misses an epic dive attempt up the middle. Clay Beasy, season ticket holder, if you missed that pitch again, we'll have to relieve you of your GM duties. Pressure coming from Clay Beasy. We're on a 4-game win streak. We're up 1-0 here, and he's upset. We'll have to find a role for that. Hey, I'm just the official broadcaster here. I'm just watching the game same as you guys are. James Nolan. So, question for the future of the series. That's funny, Clay Beasy, by the way. It made me laugh. When the draft happens and all that, will you use the new players, or is this the backyard baseball? So that's a good question, James. I actually, this morning, was a little bit late to starting the stream. Ground ball to Mikey. It's going to be tough to get 2. I'll be happy with 1. We do get 1. Go ahead, runner at second. You see the height difference between Ernie Steele and Mikey Thomas right there. Here comes the pitcher, Zach Wheeler. Ernie going to throw to second. Jocinda a little bit late covering there. We do get the go-ahead runner at second base. And here is Gene Segura. James, I actually was doing some work on figuring out for the future of this series, the draft. Nice catch by Tony Del Vecchio on a line drive. We're going to head to the bottom of the third. I have a little bit of a special event coming up for this series when the draft gets here. I had an idea pop into my head this morning. I was working on that. It's actually why I was a little bit late starting the stream today. As Ernie Steele stands in. Let's talk about making Ernie possibly a 2-way player.
Ball, that's
especially if he continues to struggle on the mound. Happy to see him with a really good start on the mound here today. Curious to see how this pitching staff does against this Phillies lineup. Ernie goes down here. I was saying this morning that I had an idea for the draft and what I'm going to do with it. I don't want to give away too much because I am excited to debut that. But we will be having a draft, and the players are usable, especially if some of these players continue to struggle. And as Pete Wheeler stands in.
That's 4. Take your base.
Pete takes a walk, and you got to be thinking he's going to be active on the base pass. Pablo Sanchez is going to stand in his second at bat here on the stream in this game, in this 4-game series with the Phillies, with Pete Wheeler on first and 1 out. There goes Wheelie, a pitch out. Even the pitch out can't get him as the throw from Real Muto is wide. Pretty bad jump from Wheelie, but he's just so fast when he hits top speed. Man in scoring position here for Pablo Sanchez. Ball's going to get away from JT. Pete's going to move up to third base. Got to like the Melonheads' chances to score here with Pablo up in a 3-1 count. Pete on third with just 1 away. 97. Can't believe Pablo wasn't ready for that one, but these guys even Pablo hasn't seen 97, 98 that much in his career. Chases an ugly pitch. Probably trying to make up for missing that fastball the pitch before, and Pablo off to a slow start here in this series. We'll see if Mikey can get the job done. You do love to have a hitter like Mikey Thomas and the way he has
Ball.
produced so far for this young team, protecting Pablo, batting behind him as a power hitting lefty in that 3 spot. 99. Wheeler just finding out he can get that fastball past these hitters. If he can get it above 96. Disappointing into the inning there. As you see, Mikey just missed it a little bit behind that fastball. After 3, the Melonheads lead 1-0.
All set for the start of the 4th, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Phil Goffin. Sent in the air out to straightaway central.
This ball hit pretty hard. Pete on the move, makes the play,
For the first out. So one away.
and in steps Bryce Harper.
And that'll bring in a dangerous hitter indeed in the form of Bryce Harper. No runs, just 1 hit. No errors on the
Ball 2. I got the count. 2-2. 3-2.
Never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
3-2 counts are usually a time to challenge the hitter, but I think you'll be careful here. Shoot for the corner, and if you miss and you walk them, so what? That's better.
We ran the fastball by
Ernie Steele, another strikeout. That's a really good sign.
out number 2 in the top half. Into the box now. Reese Husky
He is the only
just got a piece of it.
player on this team from the original Backyard Baseball series, the original Little League Humongous Melonheads team that does throw in the mid to high 90s. He can run it up to 96. As you see 96 here with another strikeout.
And that's strike 3. That's it, finish. Boy, beautiful. Clean.
And Ernie Steele really sharp today through 4 innings, knifing through this Phillies team. Man, this came out of nowhere, but it was predicted by season ticket holder James Nolan. We'll see if he keeps it going.
Stepping in and ready.
Speaking of keeping it going, here is Ahmed Khan.
Take your base.
100. Zach Wheeler just absolutely throwing gas, especially for a starting pitcher.
Great way to start
But it doesn't matter how fast it is if it's not in that little strike zone.
here in this half inning.
It's a leadoff walk, and here's Keisha Phillips.
Flash Phillips. Swung on it.
1 ball.
91, man, that pitch looks slow compared to 99. What he's been throwing that 4-seam.
That's just pure filth.
Down the third baseline. But this
No.
Slider
that's
hangs a
out.
little bit there. 93 miles per hour from the slider. That's some velocity.
out and the offering. Hit in the air to left.
Hanging curve. Keisha tries to pull it though. Doesn't quite have the strength. As we know, she does have some pop.
Big
Here's Marky Dubois.
at bat. Number 20 comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Line to the right side.
Dubois has a habit of trying to pull an outside pitch. He's going to get away with it here though, as that ball is going to get right down the right field line.
Runners at second and third following the 1 out.
Harper throws it in. That's a 1-out double for Marky Dubois. We've got runners in scoring position again with 1 out. See if we can get them in this time.
Get out front of that and yank it through there.
Standing in now, Tony Perdue. Hit sharply on the ground.
Zach Wheeler missed down the middle
For a base hit.
with that 1-2 fastball. Tony just going to fight it off up the middle for an RBI single. We're going to get a visit from the pitching coach.
Coach is going to pay a quick visit
Coach
to the
calls
mound to
timeout.
discuss how they want to attack things here.
He's going to have a talk with Wheeler. Here comes Jocinda Smith with a base open.
3 balls. 2 strikes.
pitcher Ernie Steele on deck. You wonder if they're pitching around her. He is known to be able to hit a little bit as Jocinda fights this ball off. Harper's going to make the play. Strong throw to the plate's cut off. And we are in another rundown here. They're going to place the tag on Tony Del Vecchio, trying to move up. That's going to end the inning. You don't ever want to make the first or third out at third base. Tony just did that. Melonheads still lead 3-0 as we head to the top of the fifth. Ernie Steele working on a one-hitter. As Didi Gregorius steps to the plate, James Nolan tweets in on this live broadcast, Steele looks really good through 4 so far, may be a sign of things to come, both for this season and for the future. As you know, Ernie Steele just 19, 20 years old, like so many of these young players for this Melonheads team. And now he's got Gregorius on the ropes. He's ahead of him 1-2. That ball caught a little bit too much of the plate. Ball carries out to left field. Ahmed Khan on the move, makes the play. The Melonheads have been a little bit shaky here under the lights at Weasel World Park tonight, but have been perfect so far in the field, even though it's looked shaky.
Nope, ball 2.
Ernie can't get the backwards K there. That was really close. Here's the 2-2. Real Muto out in front of it. Ahmed takes such a weird angle, but ends up making the play. This team is getting better at just battling that ball. If they lose it in the lights here with no fly ball indicator on, sticking with it and doing everything they can to make the play. Ernie nearly shows off his defensive prowess there.
Got it.
It's just fine, though, that he doesn't make the play because Pablo Sanchez is right behind him. We're going to get a look at Pablo, due up third in this inning. Ernie Steele through 5, working on a one-hitter. And he's due up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. You see the 6'8" Ernie Steele now standing in.
Oh, Ernie Steele's gonna give it all he's got.
2-1 home. Strike 2 swinging.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
91 down the middle. Usually that's not a good pitch or a good spot or a good velo, but when you're Zach Wheeler, you can get away with it because 91 is his off speed, his slider. Here is Pete Wheeler. Pete is so fast on the base pass in the field. Starting to learn that his bat is pretty fast as well, as he's been able to catch up to some of these fast pitches from these major league starters. Pablo Sanchez 0 for 2 on the day.
1-2.
Zach Wheeler established his fastball in the first 3 innings. The last 2 innings, he's been throwing the slider to start the at-bat. Super crafty. And the slider gets Pablo here. We head to the 6th inning in what is shaping up to be a nice little pitching duel here, a rare pitching duel here at Weasel World Park.
Up.
Markey gets under that one for the first out here in the 6th.
Will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Hey.
Not where you want the changeup, but he gets away with it for a strike.
Might have been taking all the way right there. That's just couldn't have
Say.
any better. And you can bet he wants that ball.
Throws it in breaking ball. Bone sent packing for out number 2 in the
Ernie Steele cruising now in the 6th inning.
Segura standing in.
Oh.
0 for 2
We get our first
2-1.
look at
Count now at 2-1.
him working deep in the ball game.
Hey!
Definitely working on a gym as predicted by season ticket holder James Nolan.
Fastball, locked him up with a changeup.
Pitch is popped up. Thomas is there for it.
It's a pop out to Mikey. We are headed to the bottom of the sixth here on the Melonheads broadcast.
Trailing this one 3-0. Victor Arano enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the sixth. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here comes the first baseman, Mikey Thomas.
As Zach
ball,
Wheeler
one
sometimes does,
Now some action in the
runs that pitch count up pretty high, so he's not able to come out here and pitch in the sixth. Wonder if the middle of this Melonheads lineup will take advantage.
field. Here's the 2-1.
Good back foot slider there from Victor Arano.
Full count.
Mikey won't chase that one. 3-2. Mikey will chase that changeup, and the right fielder will have to chase that changeup as well. Mikey hits the concession box out there in right field.
A solo shot here, straightaway right field. Fourth home run
He's
here.
going to dat up the third base coach. He gets to take his time, and Mikey is playing well when he gets to take his time. Picking at Ahmed out there saying, okay, buddy, you better keep on the hot pace because I am on your tail. You see him pimp it there, just drop the bat, even slow with the bat flip. 409 from Mikey Thomas. Here's a guy who's capable of hitting it just as far, if not farther. It's Ahmed Khan. See if
Did
he
he go?
held up.
Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base.
Nugget hits bombs. Yes, he does. Good two-seam gets Ahmed off balance there. It's going to be a ground out. It'll bring in the speedy catcher, Keisha Phillips.
Ready once again, Flash Phillips.
She does a good job with that slider there. Hasley on the run. Looks like he's got under it.
On the warning track, he makes
He's going to make the play for the second out. Here is Marky Dubois.
plate number 20. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. Here now the 2-2. Fouled away.
Up and in slider. The Phillies, it seems like, have been talking about in the scouting room about
With the 2-2 pitch.
using the slider as a fastball in this series. They've used the slider up a lot in this game. It worked for Zach Wheeler, not so much for Victor Arano.
Add on one more as the solo
Mikey Thomas makes him pay on a hanging changeup here as we see
four hitters now to
that beautiful Weasel World Ferris wheel out there in right center. Mikey hits the concession box out there in right field to give the Melonheads a 4-0 lead.
third baseman. Phil Gosselin.
We go to Ernie Steele to see if he can continue his dominant start, his first ever dominant start as a big leaguer. He's going to start off the 7th inning.
Hot shot to third and
Tony Del Vecchio makes the play over there at third base. He's so solid on defense, and in steps a man solid at the plate, Bryce Harper.
one out, nobody on.
If Ernie wants to keep this shutout going, this is a guy he's got to worry about here.
2-2.
That swing had one purpose, and that was to put the ball over the wall. I guess he doesn't have much to lose. With his
Harper
down.
smokes that ball way foul, but he was way late on it. so it doesn't do any damage. 2-2.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Reese Hoskins will be next.
Take it, base.
Lost him. Ball 4 is
Not going to get a chase from Harper there.
Well, the reason Pollard
He's going to stroll on down to first base.
and other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he
Melonheads don't even have anybody warming up in the bullpen. Reese Hoskins 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. It would be a big time for Reese to double his RBI total and hit his first bomb of the season. Let's see what Ernie can do here. Mikey lays out, is able to knock that ball down. He gets the out at first base. What an effort
the out at first. What a
by Mikey Thomas. That might be the quickest I've ever seen Nugget move.
his first plate appearance and fly out last time.
Mikey can't get to that one. Throw home from Marky Dubois. Play at the
Hey,
plate.
he's in there.
Harper is safe. And there goes Ernie Steele's shutout. Mikey just misses that ball. Strong throw from Marky just on the right side, the incorrect side, the wrong side of Keisha, but it did go to her right. She had to try to make the tag, couldn't do it, and the Phillies are on the board.
That's ball 3.
JT Realmuto, 3-1.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Count all the way.
3-2.
Ani failed him.
Ernie gets a swing through at the low change on 3-1 to Real Muto.
runner on first.
Pushes the count full. That means Gregorius will be on the move on this pitch.
Got him.
Strike 3 from Ernie.
Time, and it was
Never hit him. Nobody but a dog for vitamin K.
Ends another inning with Vitamin K.
the Sandlot leads this one.
Melonheads still lead the Phillies 4-1. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning.
David Robertson gets
David Robertson on for the Phillies.
and start the home 7th.
Tony Del Vecchio standing in for the Melonheads.
Go is the third baseman.
You'd like to see him get that slash line up a bit. 255, 296, 431. Playing such great defense over there at third base, though.
That's a ball.
I don't think they will be replacing him anytime soon. Just hoping that he can develop at the plate.
Line to
Soft line drive there to Didi Gregorius. Tony's thinking, man, I can't do anything. I hit the ball hard, I get out. I hit it soft, I get out. You'll get there, Tony.
Nope, that's a ball.
Wicked slider from David Robertson. Real Muto can't handle it. 2-1 count. Jocinda smokes that ball. Nice little base hit there.
for a one-out base hit.
Melonhead's looking to purchase insurance here. I'll be interested to see if they let Ernie bat. It looks like they will.
For another chance. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. Earned a chance to take this out.
Ernie checking to see if his bat is still made of wood, as he is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Hasn't made contact yet.
It's been exciting to watch
The bat seems to be solid.
behind him the entire game.
1-1, here it is.
Nope, that's high.
Which is a good sign.
Game, but he's done a much better job in
At
this.
6'8" up there, sometimes you don't know what all is going on beneath you. Here on planet Earth,
Right back up the middle.
Ernie going to bring himself back down to planet Earth because he just did worse than a strikeout. That's a double play to end the inning. See how Ernie fares on the mound. Melonhead still lead 4-1.
The next hitter to dig in will be Andrew McCutchen. Start us off in the 8th.
McCutchen does a little shimmy to the beat of Dante Robinson's music. 3-2 pitch here.
That's high. Ball
That
four.
ball
Take a
just
base.
high. McCutcheon takes the walk.
Well, when you've been out there as long as he has, you have to expect to lose a little precision in your location. He's up
Ernie is K'd 5 through 7 so far. Does allow a leadoff walk, which is not a good sign. Melonheads get their two setup men, Josh Hader and Kenny Kawaguchi, up in the bullpen. Ground ball to Ernie, can't make the play. Pablo with the flip to Stephanie. Jocinda, the throw to first in time, and just like that, they erase the base runner and they erase the batter. 2 away. Big 2 outs there for Ernie Steele. Pinch hitter Scott Kendry on for the Phillies. Breaking news tweet from one of our analysts, James Nolan.
That's the ball.
He says, Reese Worthington has gone missing in the middle of the Phillies and Melonheads game. That'll be interesting to see as they are checking the clubhouse. Reese often has
That's
little
ball three.
things
Yep,
going on. He
3
does
and 1.
have asthma and brings an inhaler. So he may have just escaped to the bathroom to make sure
3
that
balls. 2 strikes.
everything is under control. We also, he likes to talk to his mom a lot during the game. So we will give an update on Reese. I'm sure everything is fine. Also, he likes to explore a lot. He's a former Boy Scout. He could be just exploring things down in the tunnel. Backstage around the clubhouse. Here's an update now from James Nolan. Turns out that he was just behind the water cooler and no one could see him. Big sigh of relief. That's awesome, James. That's awesome. One of our top analysts, James Nolan, for this Melonheads team is Gene Segura Stedenzian, making a jab at Reese Worthington, standing at just 5'7". Gene Segura stands in. 2 outs, men on second. Fly ball to Pete. This should get him out of the inning. But this team, it's never a sure thing. He is going to make the play. If the Phillies want to come back, they'll have to do it in the 9th. Ernie Steele threw 8 strong innings. Let's see who they go to in the 9th, or if Ernie takes the mound. I'm not sure. What I am sure of, though, as Jose Alvarez comes on, is that we'll get to see Pablo Sanchez in this inning as Pete Wheeler starts us off. Pete flies out to number 3, Bryce Harper. Here's number 3 for the Melonheads, Pablo Sanchez.
Two and one.
Pablo's been somewhat of a streaky hitter so far in this season. Very close to getting a hot streak going there as he goes out there to Weasel World Sand Zone, the sandbox for young children. Jose Alvarez is going to take Pablo to the sandbox here. He K's him. Pablo, a slow start to this series, slow start to this stream. Couple of strikeouts today. Here's a guy who's not had a slow start, Mikey Thomas. Mikey's a guy that likes to get a slow start to everything. So it's ironic he's not had a slow start here in this game, as he did hit the home run earlier. Wow. He just misses Jose Alvarez left cheek there. He gave him a close shave, because I'm sure Alvarez felt the wind from that ball. Mikey's such a smooth swing. You know, he's not out there trying to hurt anybody. We're super glad that did not make contact with Jose Alvarez's head. And here's Ahmed Khan.
Time.
Step out and ask for time.
Coach calls timeout.
We're going to see a pinch runner at first base for Mikey Thomas. It's going to be a man with the most tropical walk-up music in baseball, Dante Robinson. Be interesting to see if they give the former D1 football player the green light on the bases here with Ahmed Khan up. Ahmed just missed that changeup. And he just missed that slider as well. You don't see that often from Ahmed Khan. At least we haven't so far. Interested to see how these kids continue to progress. And we move on to the ninth. Ernie Steele still on the mound. Definitely glad to see that. They're going to give him a chance to close out this complete game as we get a defensive replacement over there at first base. It's the science major, Dmitry Petrovich. See if Ernie Steele can finish off his first ever complete game. That's a good start. That's a ground ball to Pablo Sanchez.
You're out.
One away.
That's a ball.
Well below the knees.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Count's full.
Well outside.
Man, I certainly hope he bears down right here. If he lets this guy walk, I gotta believe the manager's going to the pen. He has pitched his heart out.
Dmitry, the newly entered first baseman, does a nice job. There's now 2 outs in this ninth inning. Ernie Steele 1 out away from a complete game victory here for the Melonheads to open off this 4-game homestand with the Phillies.
2 balls, 1 strike. The count.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
3 and 1.
Several inches below the zone, in fact. Hard hit ball to second.
Line drive to Jocinda Smith. She bobbles it, picks it up, throw to first. It's in time.
And the Legends
The Melonheads dominate.
5 in a row now as this ball game.
And Ernie Steele gets his first ever career complete game victory here on this Melonheads custom team franchise. Nice call by analyst James Nolan as he called for Ernie to have throw a gem, as James tweeted in at the beginning of this live broadcast. We go over to Vinny the Gooch.
These kids have really earned this victory. They played their hearts out and their songs. They can all go home proud of their performances today.
A 3-hit complete game win for Ernie Steele. Man, you love to see that.
Thanks for watching MLB The Show.
Without further ado, we're going to jump right into the second game of this series, the second game of this 5th episode. And it is going to feature Angela Del Vecchio on the mound for the Melonheads.
consecutive games. They'll aim to continue their winning streak next.
Angela Del Vecchio with that sparkling .78 whip, taking the mound. 14 strikeouts to no walks. That's incredible for a rookie. Analyst James Nolan, after the win yesterday, tweets in, very impressive showing for the Melonheads. Ernie Steele showed true makings of an ace, keeping this Philly team off balance. Del Vecchio with a clutch 2 RBI single and then 2 solo shots for, of course, Mikey Thomas and Pete Wheeler. Going to get a look at Angela Del Vecchio today, following up a complete game victory from Ernie Steele. You know, the bullpen's rested. Interested to see how she follows up a great start to the season so far for her and the showing from Ernie Steele yesterday. And this team now, as Pablo almost makes a dive and catch up the middle. This team now is on a 5-game winning streak, the longest of this organization's short existence, as Harper's going to single up the middle as well, and just like that, the Phillies are knocking on the door, looking to score more just in this inning than they did all game last night. James, enjoyed it, dude. Happy to have you on here. We'll see you, man. See you next time. Have a good day today. Reese Hoskins standing in for the Phillies. Hoskins smokes this one. Pete Wheeler makes the play. That looked a little bit shaky. It's going to be the second out of the inning, though. First and third with 2 outs, and here's Didi Gregorius.
Full count, 3-2.
He's going to run the count full. The runner on first will get a head start over there at first. Slow ball. Morgan can't go to second. She's going to have to go to first. She gets the out, and Angela Del Vecchio works around the 2 base hits. This game is going to be scoreless heading to the bottom of the first inning. Good start to the season by Jake Arrieta, a sparkling 1.16 ERA, even though he's got a 14-8 strike to walkout ratio. Strikeout to walk ratio. Interested to see if the Melonheads can get to him here in this game. Pete Wheeler with a shot to left field. That ball is up and out of here. Coach Ekman happy about that. Wheelie now has 8 home runs on the season. He ties Bryce Harper up there around the top of the leaderboard. Of course, they are still 4 behind Pablo and 3 behind Ahmed Khan, but we did not expect Pete Wheeler to come out with that kind of power. Really adds a different dimension to his game. Speaking of Pablo, ground ball to Didi Gregorius. Pablo continues his little mini slump here. This 4-game homestand against the Phillies, I imagine he will get it going before long. Here's how the Melonheads lineup looks tonight. As you can see at the bottom of that graphic, the Melonheads have scored 102 runs. That's good enough for first in the National League on offense so far. This guy's been a big part of it, both figuratively and literally, In steps Nugget Mikey Thomas.
Two two the count.
There, but he won't offer in dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Looks like that bomb earlier kind of put this pitcher on.
Mikey gets a hanging curveball. Looks like he just gets under it. He hits that ball a mile high.
And he's got it for out number 2.
But it eventually comes down, and Adam Hasley's there for the catch.
Next will be the cleanup.
Here's Ahmed Khan.
Good pass at that ball, just a little late, and now the count's full. Hit the other way.
Ahmed takes a low changeup to right field. Bryce Harper on the run. He's going to make the play. We're going to head to the second inning. But not before we get a look at Pete Wheeler's leadoff home run. It puts the Melonheads on top, 1-0. Andrew McCutcheon standing in for the Phillies.
Tell you the whole story.
Stephanie Morgan just misses on that dive attempt there. McCutcheon is on to start the inning. I'm going to work on adjusting one thing really quick, and then we will get rolling. Okay, let's move on here. We pick up in the top of the second. Man on first, nobody out.
Standing in now, Adam Hingle.
Ball, that's out.
Del Vecchio can't quite get the call there on the backdoor cutter.
Outside, that's a ball.
Sometimes it can be difficult for pitchers facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the
Full count. 3-2.
foul tip.
Adam Hasley just out in front of that slurve, the right hook as the kids used to call it.
Behind the plate is
Pushes the count full, and that's going to send him to the dugout.
Well-liked by all people.
Somebody gotta do some vitamin A.
Player is the ability to talk to someone. And that's what he does. He gives you that chance. Zero, you hit a nail right on the head. He has a real long fuse. He's not afraid to let a hitter
Pete to Pablo, the throw to third, not in time, and the Phillies now have runners on the corner
give him the boot just because
with just one away.
or pitcher thinks that a pitch is and they call it a ball.
Ground ball to Pablo. It's going to be a tough turn. If they do, it'll negate the runner at home. They do. Nice turn there, started by shortstop Pablo Sanchez. That's going to keep the Melonheads with the lead here at Weasel World Park. We head to the bottom of the second right after this.
Into the box.
In steps the speedy catcher, Keisha Phillips.
6 and 7 here to start the home half of the second. Checks his swing
2 balls,
but he does
1
so in
strike.
time. These Phillies, as they enter play here tonight, fellas, they come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've brought 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic. You're not going to win every
Nope,
ball.
that's a ball.
So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
Into his motion, here comes the 3-1. Count full, 3 balls.
Keisha chases a pitch you don't really want to see her chase there on 3-1 to start the inning. Ends up getting a changeup and smokes it out there to left field. McCutcheon's going to get there, though, for the first out of the inning.
Into the box now, number 20. He comes into this one really
In
slow
steps Marky Dubois.
for the past several games. Not very pretty. Bases are empty, 1 man out. No
Ball,
offer on
that's
that.
inside.
2 balls and a strike.
The count is 3-1.
Sinker laid off for a ball. Joe Smith waits on deck.
Ball 4, that pitch is low.
It's a rare walk from Dubois. It's going to bring up Jocinda Smith, who's playing third base for us today. Still looking for her first home run. Trying to
3 balls,
join
1
Keisha
strike.
Phillips and Kimmy Ekman, Coach Ekman's daughter,
Didn't go his way on 2 and 1.
as the only females in Major League Baseball history with a home run.
You have to have the mindset.
She's not going to get it on this pitch, though, as she pops that one up.
Makes the play, and there aren't 2 gone now.
Reese Hoskins there to make the play. That's the second out of the inning. In steps Stephanie Morgan.
Morgan, and she'll get his first opportunity in this one. Looped out.
Stephanie's going to find a gap, but it's going to be softly. Harper on the throw to third.
Hey,
Dubois
he beat it
slides in time. First and third now. For the pitcher spot, it's Angela Del Vecchio.
Into the box now, number 40.
Going to hit one up the middle. It hits off of Jake Arrieta's right shoe. Throw is in time. Gets Del Vecchio. That's going to save a run. Fans aren't happy about that here at Weasel World.
And 2 men left on. We'll go now to the top
We're going to head to the third. Melonhead still lead
in front here.
1-0.
1-0. New inning set to get underway. That'll bring in the second baseman, Gene Segura. The 3-1. Takes this the other way to right, and that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to
Another single for the Phillies so far. Del Vecchio's been able to work around the singles. Segura's pretty pumped, trying to get this team fired up as well. See if they can knock him in. Phil Gosselin goes down swinging. Big first out of the inning.
the first out of the inning. In now, Bryce Harper.
Ball hit out to right center field. Pete Wheeler on the move. See if he can get under it. He can't.
Away, and the runner will
But he makes a flailing attempt right at the last second, and it is in time to make the play. That'll bring up Reese Hoskins, who is still homerless in this season.
The count is 1-2.
swung on.
Strike 3 to Hoskins. That'll end the inning.
And that's strike 3. That's it for this. Boy, there was a game.
It did look painful. Hoskins, a painful start to the season. Here's a guy who's had a pretty good start to the season, Pete Wheeler. He's also had a good start to this game. He opened up the bottom of the first inning with a home run off Arrieta. It's all either pitcher has allowed so far. Pete catches another one. He's been a extreme fly ball hitter so far to start this season. Melonheads might like to see him progress more of hitting the ball on the ground because he is so fast. Here's a guy they don't have a problem with hitting it in the air, Pablo Sanchez. That sinker dives just under the bat of Pablo. He gets on top of it. Ground ball to third. Gosselin not going to be able to make the play, though. Tried to barehand it because he knows Pablo's got some speed. And that speed's on at first base with Mikey Thomas standing in.
Ball. Out.
Real Muto, nice throw down to second base. That's in time to get Pablo Sanchez. He's got 4 steals on the season. That's his first time getting caught stealing. And it was just in time. 2 away now. Mikey Thomas still at the plate. Mikey going to chop one out there to right fielder Bryce Harper. That'll bring up Ahmed Khan.
I got 2-1 the count.
Melonheads have faced the sinker all year, but they seem to be a little bit fooled by Arrieta's as it just keeps diving and making them get on top of it. Change up away. Arrieta's done a good job of mixing in the off speed with that sinker as he does there. That's going to push us to the 4th inning. Melonheads still lead 1-0. We'll see Gregorius, McCutcheon, and Hasley due up when this game continues. Phillies haven't scored in 12+ innings. Oh, correction. Ernie still did give up 1 run last night. The first game on this stream. We are here in Game 2 of this 4-game home stretch against the Phillies. Melonheads won 3-1. It's a fly ball out to Pete Wheeler. See if he can get under it with no fly ball indicator. He can, no problem. Sometimes they make it look easy. Sometimes they make it look queasy, a little bit rough. Pete makes the play, and here's Andrew McCutcheon.
Ball! That pitch is out.
Kutch is not going to chase that one. Pushes the count to 3-1. Smokes that ball. Ahmed just going to kind of toss his glove at it and watch that ball fly. That ball is gone for Andrew McCutcheon. Clay Beasy speaking some wisdom into me here. He says, yeah, don't say that. Usually when I say, dang, they ain't scored in 2 games, I give up a 1-run grand slam, LOL. McCutcheon and Clay Beasy both speaking some baseball wisdom into me there. This game can be a game of jinx. You know, McCutcheon says, jinx, joke, you owe me a Coke.
He's out.
He ties the game at 1. We're going to bounce back ground out here, and here is the sleepiest man in baseball, the #1 sleeper on everybody's list every fantasy season. It's Andrew Knapp. Knapp going to put Pablo to sleep out there in center field. He's under it, makes the catch, and we're on to the home half of the 4th inning. Not before we get a look at Kutch. Having a clutch home run there ties the game at 1. Keisha Phillips standing in 0 for 4 in this series. Clay Beasy says they sleeping on Knapp. They not sleeping on Keisha. Sleeping on Keisha. Base hit up the middle for Flash Phillips. She's trying to get this team fired up. She can't believe we still have one run. Marky Dubois doesn't even know we only have one run, but he is going to do his best. Keisha takes off for second. She'll have to turn around and head back to first, though. Marky flies out to left.
Settling in now, Joe Smith.
Here's Jocinda Smith. Keisha takes second. No throw as Arietta throws it in the dirt. Gets away from Knapp.
I got 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Melonhead's brewing here. Trying to get some more runs on the board and retake the lead.
Take the bait.
Wow, up and away sinker. Looks like it caught the zone. The umpire's going to award Jocinda first base, though. And here is a girl who prides herself on clutch hitting. It's Stephanie Morgan.
He's out. He's out.
Nice scoop by Hoskins. Stephanie's not going to like a scoop of that. Prides herself on clutch hitting, and that's not exactly what she was looking for. One pitch double play, and we head to the fifth. Score tied 1-1. Arietta stands in. Clay Beasy continues to catch some play on words here. He mentions one I didn't even realize. As Arietta grounds out to Pablo. That's a great way to be out number one. Clay Beasy says, Melonhead's brewing. I see what you did there. If you know the backstory, they did take over for the Brewers for the sake of this franchise. Shout out to Clay Beasy for knowing that, knowing the backstory, being a season ticket holder. Anybody that comes across these later on, you know what to do by now if you're seeing this later on in terms of how to be a season ticket holder. Stephanie Morgan didn't want to be a holder of an error there. She gets the ball out in time, and that is good enough for out number 2. That palm ball looked like the big freeze, the old power-up pitch the kids used to throw on backyard baseball.
3.
Stir! Filthy up and away cutter, backwards K, the worst kind of vitamin K. And we see Angela standing in now to hit. She's thinking, y'all don't want to do this? I'm going to have to do it myself. Game tied at 1. She hits that one way deep into the glove of Didi Gregorius. That's out number 1. Here comes 18 Wheeler.
That ball's foul.
Pete almost pushes that ball down the right field line for an inside the park home run, but it goes just foul.
Full count. 3-2.
Pete is so quick with the bat, even quicker with his legs. Let's see if we get to see him run here. 3-2 count from Arietta. It looks like he might jog back to the dugout. That ball is caught. The fans aren't happy out there. Can't believe they're not happy. They're out there eating a hot dog from the concession stand in Weasel World. Here's a guy that goes to Weasel World a lot. Pablo Sanchez.
The count is 3-1.
Pablo not happy when they throw up there around his dome. Arietta throws a slider up and in. Let's hear from Pablo.
Hola! Soy Pablo.
He's saying, all right, you're throwing that slider, but it's at 92. You don't even throw 92. Throw me that 3-1 cookie.
Did he go?
Blue says he doesn't go. Pablo's mad. He wishes the ump would have said he went around. He was trying to argue Arrieta's case there. He wanted to see another pitch. In any event, he will jog down to first base. Here's Mikey Thomas. Clay Beasley not happy with the ump either. Here's Mikey Thomas on 3-1.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Arrieta's scared to pitch to these guys. That's messed up.
Coach calls timeout.
Coach talking to Arrieta. All right, bro. Look, you walk Pablo. There he is over at second. You walk Mikey. All right, let me say something, kid. You know who's up now? It's Ahmed Khan. Okay, he's the 19-year-old Nelson Cruz. But this kid doesn't get a slow start in the bigs. Okay, he's batting around 400. He's got like 1 million home runs, 1 million RBIs. You're in trouble.
That's outside. Ball 4.
Arrieta says, okay, coach, I feel you. I'll just walk him too. We load the bases for the only girl with multiple home runs in her career here in the major leagues. The first girl ever with a major league home run. Can she become the first woman ever with a grand slam? We're about to find out.
Here's the 2-1. Scorched to third. Well, he has some
Keisha with a selfish swing through there.
throw, does beat him, and the side is retired.
2-1 count. Arrieta struggling to find the zone. She helps him out, grounds out to third. This team is young in a lot of ways. The night's still young. We're headed to the 6th. The game is tied. We'll see Bryce Harper lead things off when we return.
Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that will bring up Bryce Harper.
Mikey knocks that ball down. Stephanie going to try to make a play at it. Not in time, and we've got a leadoff man on base. Here is Reese Hoskins.
He flew out his first time around, and then was a strikeout victim most recently.
Boy, you got to think that we are going to hear from Reese Hoskins before long. He hasn't homered all
That's
season.
ball 2.
You know, he's got some power. Umpire
Count
tries to help
2-1.
him out there. I'm making the call here. You just got to think that
Strike 2 as it catches the outside
you're
corner.
going to hear from power hitting Reese Hoskins before too long. Surely he's going to have a first home run of the season at some point in this series. That ball smoked to the gap. Pete Wheeler on the move, makes a dive, can't get there. Reese might get his first home run the old-fashioned way. Harper rounds third, headed for home. Pablo makes the throw home, not in time. Keisha does a good job cutting it off. This team does a lot of practice on situations like that since they were 10. Reese pushes his RBI total to 3. When you can't hit a home run, you got to pimp the doubles. Reese takes his time there on the double. I think he was just seeing if Pete Wheeler was going to get there and make that catch, and that was close.
Ground ball right center.
Mikey going to get there. A 7-speed in motion.
He's out.
Throw beats him at first.
Looked pretty quick. That's a big out number 1. Melonhead's in danger of losing for the first time in 6 games. Andrew McCutcheon smokes that ball right at Pete Wheeler. He's going to take 7 steps before he throws it home.
No, he's safe.
And Reese is going to score with one of the smoothest slides I've ever seen for a guy over 230. Pushes the score to 3-1 Phillies.
Shot out to right center field.
Ahmed talking to that ball
Through first,
as it flies over his head.
and he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone.
Another extra base hit for the Phillies. Clay Beasley tweets in, that ball broke the sound barrier. Angela getting rocked here, but she does a good job of working around hits. Luckily, we do have a guy who doesn't work around hits. Josh Hader, he just goes after you.
To the plate now.
Wonder if we will see him. Another base hit here. That ball's going to drop in front of Ahmed. The throw home, not in time. The Phillies push it to 4-1 now.
Will score.
Clay Beasley says, and that one, and that one. Bottom of the lineup, smoking Angela here.
Now
John Smith, Jocinda's dad, coming out there talking to Keisha. Keisha and Jocinda, best friends growing up. Finally, he starts talking to the pitcher. No, he's still talking to Keisha. Keisha's like, I don't know, maybe you should ask her. Okay, I'm going to ask you. Who do you think I should go with? Stick with me, coach. All right, bye. We could improve this coaching staff, but I just like the team chemistry. And coach is always trying to teach these kids growing up how to be good people as well, not just good ball players.
Good take there. Close, but it's 2-2. Lots of hits given up, but so far no walks. At least he's making a
I ain't seen so many hits since
problem is they haven't had to work too hard.
1925. Hanging slider. That ball smoked as well. Pete Wheeler makes the farthest dive I've ever seen. He's running so fast that he slides way too far. The throw home to the plate and the runner is safe. What just happened? Pete Wheeler just broke the time continuum. He was running so fast he dove 40 feet over. He dove past the ball, picked up the ball, and threw a strike home. The runner slides in. Hey, sir! Sir! See that call by the umpire? Unbelievable. The wheels are falling off here on the school bus here in Weasel World. I don't even want to go to Kenny K or Josh Hay. We're going to go to Mr. Clay, Mr. Clanky, the robot, making an appearance here because he's the only one that's not depressed with how this game has turned out. Keisha Phillips doesn't even talk to him. She tries to talk to him out there, and she's like, yeah, you're a robot. Like, what am I supposed to say? So, here we go. Mr. Clanky on, gets a one-pitch ground out.
Got it.
And if the robot could think, he would be thinking, why didn't you put me in sooner? We head to the bottom of the sixth. This game's not over. Melonheads trail 5-1.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going.
Marky Dubois, the guy with whose hairstyle and facial hairstyle screams farmer in the front, party in the back. Marky Dubois. Gonna throw a party here tonight as he smokes this one to right field. That ball is out of here. Coach making a comment about Marky. We will not repeat it here on this broadcast because we are pro Melonheads here. The Melonheads cut the lead to 3. Guy that reminds me of Josh Reddick. No batting gloves. Here's a player that does not remind me of Josh Reddick. It's Jocinda Smith.
Ball 2.
Sinkers low off the outside corner. 2 balls and strike.
Ball.
Jake Arrieta with one of the worst pitching performance you will ever see through 5 innings and only allowed 1 run. That speaks more to this Melonheads offense than it does to him, though. Harper with kind of a showboat catch out there in right field. That brings up Stephanie Morgan. The ball blooped in between 3 players. Gene Segura going to make the play for the second out of the inning. And we're going to see a robot bat. Jump throw by Gene Segura gets Mr. Clanky by a step. We head to the 7th inning. Melonheads trail 5-2. filthy slider from Automatic,
He's out.
Mr. Clanky. And that's the first out of the inning. Going to get to see Bryce Harper.
So one gone in the inning now, and that'll bring in the right fielder, Bryce Harper. Liner towards second, but this is going to be hauled in out.
Mr. Clanky's slider looks really sharp today.
So two are gone now in the Philadelphia seventh, and that'll bring up Reese Hoskins.
And that's good because Bryce Harper just missed that ball. Reese Hoskins looking for his first home run
5-2 our score as we play.
in 280 days.
Sent on the ground out.
He'll take a single. He's starting to heat up at the plate. He doubled last time. This is a single. This team just looks a little bit dead. They don't have a ton of energy right now. They're used to playing in front of a big crowd. They drew more crowds than this in Little League. Fans just not able to make it to this game. Being a Wednesday night ball game, it was a school night. They have church events going on. This ball's blooped out to right field. Marky Dubois going to make the play. We keep this game within reach. Let's see if the team can build up some excitement. We do have the top of the lineup due up. Pete Wheeler, Pablo Sanchez, and Mikey Thomas trying to cut into this lead here on the Melon Heads broadcast.
Two balls, one strike.
Jake Arrieta still on the mound, approaching 100 pitches. He's been pretty wild today, but the Melonheads haven't made him pay.
No, inside.
Pete doesn't mind walking, because to him, that's a triple.
One thing's clear, he's not afraid to pitch inside, right?
Down by 3. You wonder if Pete's going to take. They've had trouble
Hey, we got 3 and 2.
teaching him to take some pitches. He's been trying to turn into a Willie Mays Hayes, leadoff hitter from Major League. Up and in slider. Arrieta's throwing that slider faster than he throws his four-seam today. Pete hitting 238 out of the leadoff spot with 8 yams. He's a red-headed George Springer. Speaking of George Springer, here's Pablo Sanchez.
We got 2 balls, 1 strike.
Contrary to popular belief, Pablo and George have nothing in common. I just wanted a segue to bring up Pablo Sanchez. And that's why. Smokes that ball up the middle. Couldn't get the launch angle high enough for a league-leading 13th home run on the year, but he'll take a single. You see Pablo hit here. The man who, at 10 years old, had his batting stance copied by Alex Rodriguez. That's going to be the end of the day for Jake Arrieta. Great call by Sunny Day there. The coach does call timeout. He's going to bring in Sir Anthony Dominguez, who is a nightmare matchup for these kids. Luckily, we are at the 3 and 4 spot, and if anybody has a swing that can catch up to that Sir Anthony Dominguez fastball, it's Mikey Thomas. The ball coming in at 117 miles per hour, according to Mikey. That makes 98 look like a batting practice pitch. Just gets under it though, pops out, and here's Ahmed Khan. The ball coming in at 126, according to Ahmed. At this point, he's considering going full-time guitarist for Rock On.
The count's full.
Quite a bit off the plate that time.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with
Pablo's going to be on the move on this pitch. Ahmed chases a ball 6 feet above his head. Flies out to center field. Phillies looking to end the Melonheads' 5-game win streak. We'll see Adam Hasley right after this.
Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll bring up the outfield, Adam Hasley. Here he comes on a ball in 2.
Mr. Clanky on for his 3rd inning in relief for this Melonheads ball club.
Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first down.
Somebody gotta go to vitamin K.
Make sure Adam Hasley's getting all of his vitamins. Gives him vitamin K there on the strikeout. Mr. Clanky known as a pitcher who can eat innings both figuratively and literally, as he is a robot.
The left side, but it's well fouled. We're in the 8th inning now of a 5-2 ball game.
Can't believe Major League Baseball let this robot in the league. You wonder, where does it stop?
This'll land out there just foul.
As of now, he is the only robot in the league, and I don't even know if the MLB knows he's a robot.
He struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing
Another hitter. Somebody gotta go some vitamin K.
The Melonheads dressed him up, tried to make him look as human as possible so that they don't kick him out of the league. He wasn't supposed to be that dominant according to scouting reports. He only tops out at 90 miles per hour.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
But he's got a 0 ERA here. And you just wonder, with artificial intelligence out there coming up with scouting reports to attack a lineup, how much will it impact these hitters? JT Realmuto trying to find a
Nope,
double
that's
down the
foul.
line. Marky Dubois tries to maybe dive as far as Pete did earlier. He goes about 1/6 as far. And we're going to see a 1-2 pitch.
fly ball out.
JT Realmuto hits the shortest home run ever. Oh, wow, this really might be a home run. Pete misplays it. That was pretty rough. Let's go to Vinny the Gooch.
That was a real stinker play, Sonny.
That was a real stinkeroni play. This team is absolutely dead. The crowd just not super loud right now. You wonder if some of these parents walked over and went ahead and are eating funnel
Inside,
cakes
ball 2.
out at the amusement park over our shoulders out there in right center. Gene Segura also hits the shortest home run ever. Ahmed gets under this one. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th, see if the Melonheads can get anything going.
Danger averted following the 2-out double. More baseball on MLB Network right after this.
Brandon Workman looking to do a job here. Keisha Phillips stands in with a really underrated, nice slash line for this Melonheads team. He's going to work that ball the other way. Bryce Harper takes a really weird line at it, but he still makes the play because he's Bryce Harper. I think he was just trying to show off his hair in the wind. And here's Melonheads right fielder Marky Dubois.
2 balls, 1 strike, the count.
Gotta find a way to scratch at least one across. You do not want to take on the monster closing.
Marky breaks the the home plate camera with that foul tip. And then he breaks his back, figuratively, not literally. I don't think Marky's ever had an injury in his life, but that one's going to hurt. He strikes out to be the second out of the inning here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Jocinda Smith.
The count, 2-1.
2 out, nobody on.
Brandon Workman just out here throwing filthy knuckle curves.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Now has it. The throw to first
Oh.
is in time and
Looks like old school Craig Kimbrell.
no hits, no errors.
He's going to get this game to the 9th inning. The Phillies have doubled Melonheads hit totals, and they've more than doubled their run total. They lead 5-2.
All set to start the ninth in this one, and that'll give way to the third baseman. Freddie Peralta, a 5'11" right-handed reliever, enters to take over on the mound. Had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. The 1-2.
We get a chance to see one of the original
And this is pop foul,
Brewers
perhaps
that
playable.
stayed on when this team took over for the Brew Crew.
Ball, so he'll get another
Most of the team got upset, refused to play with this new team when they found out all the kids would be starting and having prominent roles.
board now to open the
Freddie Peralta, one of the few original Brewers that stuck around and said, I'm going to keep going with my major league career
2
here
balls, 2 strikes.
and play with these kids, as did Alex Claudio, Brett Anderson, Brent Suter, and of course Josh Hader, as Harper strikes out here.
Somebody gotta go to vitamin K.
these days. What makes it so effective?
Nice spot for that fastball. Harper just missed it. Here's Reese Hoskins, who's still looking for his first home run of the season. That's not going to be it.
That's an out.
Taylor made double play. Stephanie throws it and pulls pulls Mikey Thomas off the bag at first base, so they're not going to get 2. Looked like she was worried more about the transfer than the accuracy of the throw.
Here's Didi Gregorian.
It's going to extend the inning as the Phillies look to buy more insurance here.
Ball and 2 strikes to Didi
1 ball,
Gregorians.
2 strikes.
When Freddie Peralta is hitting his spots, he is filthy.
Now about a 50
I got the count, 2 and 2.
that he wisely lays off here.
Pretty good breaking ball to lay off of right there.
We got a full
I think
count.
This guy might be sitting on something off speed.
Peralta can't get the call there.
Swing and a looper to left. And he'll reach.
Ahmed makes the play. Nice shoestring catch from him. Usually doesn't like to get his shoes dirty. He risked it there, though. We're going to see Stephanie Morgan leading things off. Let's see if the Melonheads can ruin this win and somehow push their win streak to 6 games.
David Phelps.
David Phelps on for the toughest save in baseball, in the 9th inning at least.
All set for the bottom.
I'm sorry, the easiest save in baseball.
Second baseman, Stephen Morgan.
Melonheads trying to blow a save here against David Phelps. Their job will be the toughest possible. When you head to the 9th, it's got to be a 3-run lead or smaller.
Put this one away.
And we see the maximum 3-run lead here for the Phillies. That's not going to do anything to help the cause. Stephanie Morgan flies out. 1 away. We see fans, even parents, already heading for the exit sign.
The count is 2 and 1.
As it looks like the Melonheads will take their first loss
Taken in the 14th round during the
in 6 games.
I know this guy wouldn't go in
Delvecchio smokes that fastball, just got out in front of it.
the career he has being drafted where he was. My hat's off.
Nearly hits the sandbox out there in left field, designed for the young kids.
laid off.
I got 3 and 2.
Tony always gives good ABs. Man, if he could develop at the plate, he could turn into be a superstar
No, ball 4.
with how good of a fielder he is.
Lays off. Ball 4. So he comes
Maybe the Melonheads have something brewing here. They have the top of the lineup due up, down by 3. Man on first.
riding into the box.
Pete Wheeler, Pablo Sanchez, Mikey Thomas due up for this team.
2-2 the count.
Loud contact there, but it's well.
Pete has such a quick bat. A lot of times he can be way out in front, even of a fastball, like you just saw there.
The 2-2.
3 and 2.
He's also been putting together better ABs. He's got Pablo Sanchez on deck behind him, then Mikey Thomas and Ahmed Khan. That Tony Delvecchio 1-out walk was huge because now this team has a chance to ruin this Phillies victory. Melonheads have won 5 in a row.
Pulled toward right
Pete just misses that one on 3-2. Great AB by him. That means the secret weapon is not going to be the tie and run when he steps to the plate. I don't think this crowd would mind a Pablo home run, though. We haven't seen one this stream.
3.
Filthy way to end it for David Phelps. Vitamin K in the worst way. A rare Pablo Sanchez backwards K strikeout. The Melonheads dropped their first game in 6 games. The 5-game winning streak comes to an end. We're going to hear from our sponsor, take a little mini break, and then we will be right back with the last 2 games of this series here on the Melonheads official broadcast.
You know, Sonny, I could sure go for an ice-cold gooseberry soda right about now. Nothing beats the cool, refreshing taste of a gooseberry soda. Gooseberry soda, available at fine soda stands throughout the ballpark.
We are back. And not just back with a snack. A Gooch bar. After you heard from our sponsor, Goochberry soda. We're going to jump right into game 3 of this series. So far, we've split the first 2 games of this series with the Phillies. We are playing at Weasel World. Our boy Ricky Johnson on the mound. Keisha and Ahmed both going to get the day off.
Time once again for backyard baseball. This is sunny day, and my pal Vinny the Gooch with a party hi-ho to ya. Wait a minute. The Gooch does not, under any circumstances, say hi-ho. Sonny, they might be saying hi-ho, but the Gooch just says yo. Whatever, Vinny.
Here's a guy who, after Ernie Steele's great start, the first game of this series on this episode 5 of season 1, he's been the most disappointing pitcher for us so far. Ricky Johnson, we've seen more as a prospect, hoping to see him start to develop and pitch a little bit better. Let's see if it starts here.
We are set for baseball here this evening.
Hey, I'm Ricky Johnson.
Hey. Hee-haw!
Called on a fastball. The leadoff man
Vitamin K in the worst way, with Kay Ekman behind the plate out there. You see her love of orange. She has the orange glasses, orange trim on the glove, and some of the neatest cleats you will ever see. Even Pete Wheeler can't cut that ball off. Headed for third. The throw is not in time, and the Phillies knocking on the door here early, looking for their second straight win. Here's Bryce Harper. Coach Ekman realizes if Phil Gosselin hit a triple off Ricky J, what did that mean Harper would do? Puts Harper on to set up the double play. And here's Reese Hoskins, who has hit into a lot of double plays this season, still looking for his first home run. I hope it doesn't come right here. He's going to get half of a home run. That looks like a double. Harper might score from first base. It looks like he will. And the Phillies take an early 2-0 lead here and have another one on second with just one away. Quick bounce back out from Ricky Johnson. You want to see him start to miss more bats. I am interested to see how he fares here against JT Realmuto.
Out.
Jocinda with a nice play. Ricky works around 2 hits and a walk. Melonheads in the hole early here at Weasel World. Down 2-0 going to the bottom of the first.
Ball.
Hey, if you're going to throw a pitch like that to this guy, that's right where you want to miss. Any lower, and he'll probably...
Oh, excuse me, I got choked up for just a second. Oh, sorry about that. Trying to hurry and wash down that Gooch bar with a Goochberry soda. A little bit too fast, but we are A-OK and ready to roll.
You know, Sonny, I could sure go for an ice-cold Goochberry soda right about now. Nothing beats the cool, refreshing taste of a Goochberry soda. Goochberry soda, available at fine soda stands throughout the ballpark.
2-2.
96 from Zach Eflin. I did not know Zach Eflin could touch 96. That ball was coming. Reflejo, what's going on, man? Welcome to the broadcast. You're about right at the midway point of this stream. As Pete Wheeler grounds out there, that's going to bring up Pablo Sanchez. Count is full to Pablo here, courtesy of Quick Counts. Haven't seen him homer yet on this stream. Another strikeout. Pablo letting him know that he has never seen a changeup down the middle, and that's why it fooled him. This is what we have the microphone down there on home plate. This is what Pablo said to him here.
Hola! Soy Pablo!
No.
It's usually all you get from Pablo, just letting him know, are you sure you know who I am? That was a changeup down the middle with 2 strikes. In any event, 2 outs. Nobody on here is Mikey Thomas.
Above the zone, above the belt. I know guys say those are the pitches that they do, but I'm telling you, if you're calling that high strike, it opens
The ball gets in on the hands, gets Mikey to fly out to center field. A really good start here for the Phillies. They lead the Melonheads 2-0. We'll see Andrew McCutchen bat right after this.
one of the keys to securing a win. They want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
Pete makes a good run in on it. Good to see him make that play here with no fly ball indicator on. 1 away. Ground ball to Stephanie Morgan. That's the 2nd out of the inning.
He's out.
See if Ricky Johnson can get his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. He can.
And that's strike 3. That's it for this. Boy, that was painful.
Bottom of the 2nd. Here's left fielder Tony Del Vecchio standing in for Ahmed Khan today.
But it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get a big inning started.
High in the air down the right field line.
Zach Eflin just coming at these hitters. He has missed over the heart of the plate a couple times. The Melonheads haven't made him pay yet.
Lifted in the air toward the line and right.
Let's see if they will start to.
This will wind up being a foul ball. Here's another 1-2.
Ball. 2 balls.
Pitcher
2
right
strikes.
for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the
Ball,
entire
no.
arsenal open to him. So we'll see what pitch
Count is full. 3-2.
Marky's been putting together some patient at bats lately. Works that ball the other way. Harper's just going to get there, though. What an at bat by Tony Del Vecchio. Can't start a rally here, though. He's going to line out to the right fielder. Here's Marky Dubois. Has been heating up a little bit as of late.
One of their 2 runs in the last strike. Here it is. A swing and
Gets out in front of this ball. It is going to be way out of here.
keep this one in the ballpark.
And the first run of the game comes via an unlikely home run from Marky Dubois, but we will take it. Looks like he's riding a horse after he hits that ball out of here. He cuts the lead in half, 2-1. Here's coach's daughter, Kimmy Ekman.
So now to the plate.
Just gets under that hanging slider. She does have some pop as she became the 2nd female ever with a home run in the major leagues. Jocinda Smith looking to be the 3rd. She comes up to bat here.
Ball
Yes,
2.
it was, man. He got out in front of that ball. Finally, I caught up to the fastball, and Marky crushed that ball. Hopefully, we can get another one. Just late. That was our pitch. Harper on the move. Makes the play. Nice play by Bryce Harper. That's going to end the 2nd inning. We're going to head to the 3rd. Phillies still lead the Melonheads 2-1. Markey in the field now makes the play. Right after right fielder for the Phillies, Bryce Harper did. 1 away. Gosselin tripled his first time up. Hits one down the line here to Tony Delvecchio. No fly ball indicator, no problem. Delvecchio puts it away for the second out of the inning. And here is Bryce Harper.
Ball.
The ball pretty close, not close enough in the eyes of the umpire.
Out.
Ricky J gets Harper to ground out. Next pitch, though. He's done a good job here through 3 innings. Let's see if the Melonheads can tie this game up or take the lead right after this. What a play by Phil Gosselin. He tripled out of the 2-hole to start the game in the top of the first inning and makes an unbelievable play here to take a base hit away from Stephanie Morgan. It's going to bring in pitcher Ricky Johnson.
Hey, I'm Ricky Johnson.
Ball.
Ugly swing attempt there from Ricky Johnson. You do not want to see your pitcher on a 2-1 count swing at that pitch. Tries to do the best he can to make up for it, but that's a pop out. Yeah, dude, Reflejo, that was an incredible play by Phil Gosselin, man. We're trying to get something going and cut into this lead, and man, that was one of the best plays I've seen at third base. Here's Pete Wheeler.
Ball. 2-1.
Pablo Sanchez on deck. That up and in fastball gets there in a hurry here on Legend difficulty. On MLB The Show, we see the 2-2 here.
Full count.
Ball got there even faster. You see Pablo hoping to bat here. He does think he can erase this lead if he gets a chance to bat here in the third.
Ball 4.
Close, but no cigar. Pete's going to walk, and Pablo Sanchez is going to walk up to the plate. The best Little League player of all time, Pablo Sanchez, standing in here, trailing by 1. Fastest player in baseball, Pete Wheeler, over there at first base. He wants to give Pablo a chance to hit, though, so I'm not sure if he'll run. Pablo smokes that ball. It hits off of Zach Eflin's leg. Bounces to Phil Gosselin, and they make the play. Unbelievable. We hope Zach Eflin's okay. Pablo's not happy about that. That ends the third inning. We head to the fourth. Reese Hoskins due up to bat. Hoskins is really heated up in this series. Still looking for his first home run of the season, though. Another base hit from Hoskins. That's 4 now in this series for him. You got to think he'll hit his first home run before long.
Ball 4. First base.
And now a walk. And just like that, the Phillies are looking to add on to this lead. Here's all-star catcher JT Realmuto. Morgan shading towards second in double play depth, so she's not able to get to that ball. Bases loaded now with nobody out. We do have the pitcher due up, but we're going to see Coach John Smith, Jocinda Smith's dad, come out and talk to these players. Try to inspire them, try to wake up Stephanie Morgan. Stephanie and Jocinda were friends growing up. All these kids were friends growing up. They all played together in Little League. Now they are here, made the majors.
At
3-2 count with nobody on. Reflejo, that's a great question. He says, how did that not affect Eflin? He got drilled. We do have injuries turned off for this franchise because we have all the kids and we want them to play all season. So usually I have them on. Ground ball to second. That's tailor-made. Stephanie Morgan with the flip. Pablo, the throw on to first. That's a big double play, but one run will score. That brings in Adam Hasley.
No. 3 balls. 1
Wow,
strike.
they don't give Ricky the call there. Ground ball up the line. Wow, I thought it was foul. They call that ball fair. It gets to Markey. Mikey makes a bad angle on it. That's going to cost the Melonheads another run. They're a young team. Not perfect on defense. Adam Hasley doubles down the line. And that pushes this lead 4-1 now. This ball's hit out in the gap. Pete Wheeler's going to get there. Nearly overruns it. Phillies get 2 runs. We're going to see if the Melonheads can fight their way back into this game. They have just 1 hit. Zach Eflin has pitched well. We're going to see Mikey Thomas, the man with the smoothest swing in baseball, due up to start this bottom of the 4th inning. See him with the smile there. This team is definitely one of the nicest, kindest teams in baseball. Mikey stands in. Almost a great play it was, dude. I appreciate that. It was an ugly inning in the field, but hey, we have those sometimes. And it makes it fun, though. That wasn't fun. Mikey Thomas goes down swinging. Nice spot from Eflin. He's been going after these hitters. Here is Tony Del Vecchio.
Ball. 2 balls. 1 strike.
Del Vecchio's been a lot more patient at the plate. He's also been working the ball the other way. Second hit of the game. He's fired up. He's trying to get this team going. Points to Ahmed and Amir Khan's band, Rock On, and says, come on, guys, let's go.
Playing 12. 1 ball. 2 strikes.
Markey nearly swings his back out on that one. We saw him crush a home run. It was the only hit of the game for the Melonheads. Gets a similar pitch here. Can't do anything with it. He pops out. 2 away. This Melonheads offense just hitting a little mini slump after winning 5 in a row. They lost yesterday, and they're down again today. Here's Kimmy Ekman.
Ball.
Tony does have 2 steals on the season. He is pretty quick, even though he just has that 37 speed.
No, that's a ball. 3-1.
Time to wake up the offense right here.
3-1 to Coach's daughter, Kimmy Ekman.
3 balls. 2
Just
strikes,
misses on that
down
slider.
and
She
full.
does have a home run. Tied Keisha Phillips as the only female players with a home run in the major leagues.
That's foul.
Fouls off the 3-2. Tony will be moving on the pitch since there is a 3-2 count with 2 outs. Hits this one fair. Phil Gosselin, what a jump throw. Hoskins can't quite make the scoop. That'll go as a base hit, possibly a throwing error. But it does go as a throwing error on the third baseman. That's tough because Gosselin was doing everything he could there to try to get the out. He jumps higher than he threw the ball. Hoskins, a good effort, can't make the play. And here's Jocinda Smith. If she can find a gap, the Melonheads can cut into this lead. Just gets a piece of that low slider. Harper nearly overruns it. He makes the play. We head to the fifth. The Phillies lead the Melonheads 4-1.
Looking to punch him out again. Liner towards second. And that is through into right field for a single.
Nothing fires me up more than watching.
Ricky Johnson has just really struggled to miss bats early in his career.
Riding in once again, Phil Gosselin. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Here comes the payoff pitch.
He misses one there, though.
Somebody gotta do some vitamin K.
Vitamin K in the worst way. It's a backwards K. A rare strikeout for Ricky Johnson. This ball is crushed to deep center field. Pete Wheeler on his horse. Jumps, can't make the play. No fly ball indicator, no wall indicator. And that's going to go as a double for Bryce Harper. He just missed a home run. And here's Rhys Hoskins still looking for his first home run of the season. That might be it. That ball is crushed to deep left field. Tony Del Vecchio on the move. Jumps, can't quite make the play. That ball is gone. Rhys Hoskins finally with his first home run of this season. He has been heating up in this series, and it's led up to that 3-run bomb there. Tony Del Vecchio on his horse almost brought that ball back into the stadium. Just didn't quite get there in time. He's newly just now played a couple games in left field. He is mainly a third baseman. This team will move all over the field, kind of like a team of little leaguers as they grew up playing together. And they consider themselves just a really good little league team. They are 19 to 20 years old, though. And in a lot of ways, they still play like a little league team, but they have a lot of talent and upside. And I'm excited on this franchise, on this series, to watch these kids develop and improve. Ground ball in the hole. Pablo can't quite get there. Phillies with another base hit. That's going to be the end of the day for Ricky Johnson. We're going to go to a kid who grew up in a wheelchair before he was healed. His legs work just fine through physical therapy and other things. And he is now a bullpen asset for this team, the Melonheads. We're going to get to see him work here. It's Kenny Kawaguchi. The music that you hear for the sake of this franchise, it was recorded on my game of my copy of Backyard Baseball 2003, but for the sake of this franchise, it is all provided by Rock On, the band that Ahmed and Amir Khan play for. Kenny Kawaguchi on here, gets a ground ball to second base to start the inning. Stephanie and Pablo are going to turn the double play. That gets us out of the inning, but not before Rhys Hoskins does some damage in a big way. Del Vecchio almost brings it back with a rob, doesn't quite get there. Phillies lead the Melonheads as we move on to the bottom of the fifth, 7-1.
In now, Stephanie
Filthy
ball,
slider.
2
This
strikes.
team just not playing their best baseball right now. You wonder what Coach Ekman's going to do to get them going. Another chase of the slider. That is strike 3.
And that's strike 3. That's it. Boy, that was painful.
That did look painful.
It's a big one.
Stephanie Morgan usually doesn't give away at bats like that. She did there.
Start figuring out how to
It's going to end Kenny's day after just one batter faced. He got 2 outs on a double play. It was good to see him, though, and here is Ahmed Khan. Ahmed got the rest today for the first time in a while, as they've been on this 8-game homestand without a day off.
Ball.
And you could tell the offense struggled without him hitting 4th in this lineup. Just have 1 run so far. Ahmed smokes one out here to right center. Not sure if that ball has enough. The short hops the wall. Harper picks it up, is going to throw it in. Ahmed headed for 3rd. He is
He's in
in there
there. Hey.
barely with his first career triple. Trying to get this team fired up. Nice AB there off the bench from Ahmed. And here's the top of the lineup for this Melonheads team.
Swing and a miss for out number 2.
Say goodbye to another hitter. Somebody gotta throw some fight in the cage.
Filthy high fastball. Gets Pete to swing through it there. Can't hit that ball up above the letters. Here's Pablo Sanchez. Smokes that slider. Doesn't quite get out. Hit it about 394. He needed about 10 more feet on that one. Melonheads just with 3 hits through 5 innings today. They lost yesterday. They did win the day before that, though, so they're 1-1 against the Phillies in this 4-game series so far. Look like they might lose today, but I don't know. This team can put up numbers in a hurry. So I'm interested to see how this game and the last game of the series tomorrow, which will be on this stream as well, plays out. Here's Alex Claudio stepping in to pitch for the Melonheads. Andrew McCutcheon always plays well against us. It's just fun watching Andrew McCutcheon play baseball. Base hit there. Melonhead's got to start getting some outs. Filthy changeup, just 71 miles per hour from Alex Claudio. This ball down the left field line. Tony doesn't quite have the speed to get there. Ground ball to Pablo. This could be 2. Not quite. The ball's just hit a little too softly. They do get 1 on the play. Zach Eflin going to bat here in the 6th for the Phillies. Ground ball to Mike. He's going to take it himself to first base for the 2nd out of the inning. Throw in the dirt. Mikey with a beautiful scoop over there at first base. We're going to get to see him bat right after this. Shaping up to be one of the most patient hitters in baseball. He's got a .437 on base percentage. A lot of these kids have started out hot. I expect those numbers to come down just a bit. We would like to see the pitching and fielding improve, though, if we want to stay around 500 baseball. Mikey finds a gap here, hits the ball out towards that 390 sign in left center. He's in there with a leadoff double. Maybe the Melonheads can catch fire here and put together a rally and see if they can get back into this ball game. Brings up Tony Del Vecchio.
We're playing 12.
Eflin
1
throwing
ball, 2
gas,
strikes.
and he is spotting it well. Up and away fastball. Tony out in front of it. Just a nice location. Tony finds a gap. If he could develop into a doubles hitter, he would really start to become a star as he plays such good defense for us. back-to-back doubles to start the inning, and the Melonheads looking to make this a game. It's now 7-2. Here's Marky Dubois. Reese Hoskins takes away a double from Marky Dubois. That play hurt as we were looking to get our third consecutive double. What a play from Reese Hoskins. The Phillies have come to play in this game. Here's Coach's daughter, Kimmy Ekman.
Ball 4. Take your base.
She's going to take ball 4. We get another base runner here. Here's Jocinda Smith in a little bit of a slump. Trying to become the third woman in Major League history with a home run. This would be a big spot for one here. That could have been her pitch. That two-seam just broke down below the bat, though. She fouls it off. The ball gets away from Real Muto. We're not going to move up with 21 and 37 speed, though. We'll see another pitch to Jocinda.
Ball.
That one in the dirt. Zach
Down
Eflin
full.
showing some
3-2.
signs of fatigue here late in the game. We'll see if he can get through 6 innings.
Ball 4. Take
That
your
one
base.
just misses. Back-to-back walks are going to load the bases. And all of a sudden, the Melonheads have a chance to make this a close ball game and possibly come back. Here's a girl who prides herself in clutch hitting, Stephanie Morgan.
Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
He's out.
What a
You're out.
brutal time for a double play. Stephanie Morgan grounds into a double play. Great defense by the Phillies today has been huge in the reason they are leading this game 7-2. Phil Gosselin has killed us in this series, and that 154 batting average with no home runs makes me feel pretty bad about it.
That's an out.
He's got a triple. He's made a few great plays over there at third base. He's not having a great season, but he's having a great season against us. Here's a guy we've been able to limit a little bit, Bryce Harper, even though he's had a great start to this season.
He did a great job to go down and get that one his last at bat. But I got to think they're going to pitch him up, maybe elevate.
Stephanie Morgan's been in a slump after a good start to the season. I wonder if she will keep her job at second base tomorrow. I wonder what Coach Ekman's going to do with the lineup. We might see Tony and Jocinda at second at third. And might see Stephanie possibly come off the bench for a few games.
Out.
Quick inning from Alex Claudio. That's what he does best, eating innings when a team's behind. We're going to see a pinch hitter. We're going to go to Keisha Phillips, who got the day off today, and see if the Melonheads can fight back into this game. Zach Eflin still on the mound here to start the 7th inning.
No.
He's lost a little bit of command here in the 7th. You do see Victor Arano and David Robertson warming up in the Phillies bullpen. Filthy slider for strike 3.
Somebody gotta go for quite a bit
Here's the top of the lineup for the Melonheads, Pete Wheeler. Pushes that one through for a base hit. We've got Wheelie on base. That's always good news. And you know who's coming up behind him? Maybe the most exciting young player in baseball. Philly's going to go to the bullpen.
Coach calls timeout.
We're going to get a chance to see Pablo Sanchez.
Hola! Soy Pablo.
as he's going to step in to face David Robertson.
Trying to get the final 2 outs of the 7th frame. Into the box. Pablo Sanchez.
Ball.
Pitch outside. Throw.
Yep,
Pete
he
Wheeler,
tagged him right
an
there.
unwritten rule in the game of baseball. You cannot get thrown out trying to steal down by 5 late in the game, especially with a hitter like Pablo Sanchez up at the plate. This team's got a lot to learn. They're a young team. We've seen some flashes of greatness. We've seen some bonehead mistakes today. Pablo's not going to like that. He's trying to make this a 3-run game, and Pete gets thrown out trying to steal second.
Ball.
You can see the frustration on his face there. He doesn't get down in his spirits much, but this game and the loss yesterday's kind of weighed on him.
Full count.
Slider there gets a swing and miss.
Good slider from David Robertson there, especially on 3-1. Filthy cutter from David Robertson, getting up there in age, but that cutter staying up there in velocity. 93 with good bite to it. Hanging knuckle curve. Pablo was all over it, just missed it. Pablo's still looking for his first home run of the stream. It's going to have to be tomorrow, it looks like, on the calendar. Today on the stream, we're going to have one more game. We're going to play one more game, the 4th game of this series, as we always play by series on the calendar each stream. Sometimes we do 2. Today we will be doing 1. I'm going to give Amir Khan a look here. He hadn't pitched in a while. The younger brother in the Rock On band, the younger brother to Ahmed. Here's Didi Gregorius. The team's official Twitter says Amir Khan is their closer. They like to use Josh Hader in the middle innings as a lefty specialist. Khan does have 1 save in 1 opportunity so far. Gets a strikeout of Didi Gregorius here. Nice bite to the knuckle curve from Khan.
2-2.
And now he's got Real Muto on the ropes. And he K's him. And he K's Andrew McCutchen, so a bright spot here. As young team closer and prospect Amir Khan comes on to K the side. Didi Gregorius, JT Realmuto, and then Andrew McCutchen. That's a star-studded inning to just come in and strike out all 3. Here's Mikey Thomas. The team does not get to go to Weasel World Amusement Park if they don't win. That might be why they are kind of stressed, frustrated. And it just seemed like they are out of energy. They did go on a 5-game win streak, which took an emotional toll on this team. They lost yesterday. And unless they can pull out some magic here at Weasel World Park, looks like they might drop 2 in a row. We will see one more game after this on this stream, and then we will wrap it up for next time. Mikey fighting to stay alive, making the veteran David Robertson throw a lot of pitches here. Another cutter. Mikey, a little bit more on that one, just a little late. 94 from Robertson. 4-seam fastball. Mikey hits it out towards the Ferris wheel. The kids on that right are going to get a good look at it. That ball is gone. David Robertson throwing cutter after cutter at Mikey Thomas. He wears him down and decides to just throw a four-seam, and that one caught too much of the plate. Mikey said that one caught too much of my bat that time. Bomb. Trying to get this crowd going here at Weasel World. The kids want to go to the amusement park after the game. Mikey Thomas doing his part. His second home run of the series. That ball was crushed. 423 feet out there to center field. Let's see what Tony Del Vecchio can do. Swinging away. You know this team is fired up after seeing Amir Khan, team closer, come in and get some work. Striking out the side. And then Mikey Thomas leads off the eighth with a home run. David Robertson hasn't walked a hitter all year. He's known for throwing strikes. He refuses to throw ball forward to Mikey, now to Tony. Tony smokes this one. Not quite going to burn Kutch, though. First out, the crowd really wanted to see that one get down. Here's a guy who homered earlier in the game. Marky Dubois. Filthy knuckle curve. Just looks like that cutter, and then it just dives.
Ball.
These kids are putting up some good at-bats against David Robertson here in the eighth inning.
No. Full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
We get a look at the girl with the nicest cleats in the whole world, Kimmy Ekman, on deck. Markey doesn't go around. He's going to take a stroll to first. We're going to get to see those cleats step into the batter's box. Coach's daughter, Kimmy Ekman, stands in now. Down by 4. With 1 away here in the 8th inning. Catches that slider. She's all over it. Might have got a little under it. Hits that ball way up in the air. Adam Hasley makes the play when it comes down. That's the second out of the inning. Here's Jocinda Smith.
Ball.
This team doing everything they can to fight back and make this a game. For a pitch with that much break on it, 92 to 94 is a lot of velocity.
Ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count.
It's going to run the count full. That means Markey's going to get a head start over there at first base with 2 outs in the inning.
Ball 4.
Jocinda's going to watch that when she takes a rare walk against David Robertson. That brings up Stephanie Morgan. I wonder if Coach Eggman will let her hit. She has been in a slump.
Coach calls timeout.
We're going to get looks like a double switch coming on as Hector Neris, the splitter specialist, comes in for the Phillies. See if Coach Ekman decides to send Stephanie Morgan out there. It looks like he will, so he shows some faith in the young second baseman.
Playing 12. 1-2 to count.
95 from Hector Neris. And when you're worried about that splitter, that gets there in a hurry. Again, great job by Stephanie to foul it off if you are going to swing at it.
Today's game, north-south game, trying to elevate that heater and very breaking stuff.
There is that splitter. Stayed up more than Neris would have liked. Filthy splitter K's Stephanie Morgan. Man, she has really struggled. If the Melonheads are going to come back, it's going to have to be in the ninth. We go to the ninth now. Adam Hasley.
Timeout.
Not going to waste Amir Khan anymore. We like to see him come in and pitch as well as he had. We are going to let Hader get some work in here. Normally don't want to waste your best pitchers at the back of your bullpen
Out.
in spots like this, but Hader hadn't got some work in a while, and he struggled to start the year. It's ironic. He was supposed to be our best player, the best veteran from the Brewers team, carried over to this team of backyard baseball kids, but he struggled. Their defense didn't help him early on. Our defense has been a little bit shaky playing on legend with no fly ball indicator. He does get a strikeout here. It's good to see. And I imagine Josh Hader will have no problem starting to get it going and catch a hot streak here. And we will start to see some strikeout numbers from him.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ball, too high.
Thought we might have got one there. Another strike here. So he makes quick work of the Phillies. He's due up to bat, but I doubt we'll see that. Then we get Pete Wheeler and Pablo Sanchez. Let's see if the Melonheads can spoil this win from the Phillies here under the lights at Weasel World Park. Third baseman playing in on the grass. He knows Dante Robinson, the former quarterback at the University of Michigan.
Ball.
He knows he's got some speed. He was a dual threat quarterback at Michigan before landing a spot here in the news that his Little League team was entered as a Major League Baseball team to take over for the Milwaukee Brewers. He K's here. That's not what the Melonheads faithful want to see. Here's Pete Wheeler. They would have loved Pete to bat with Dante on base and then Pablo after him, but they're running out of outs here
No.
at Weasel World Park. Pete smokes that ball. That ball's out to center field. Adam Hasley on the run. He's not going to get there. That ball's going to end up as some mustard on a hot dog. Lands in the concession stand. Home run for Pete Wheeler. Pete touches home. We're going to have to do that 3 more times in order to tie this game, but that doesn't hurt. Pete hits that ball out towards the Ferris wheel out there and is already at second base by the time it lands. Fastest guy in baseball. We're going to get a look at David Phelps facing Pablo Sanchez when we come back. Here is Pablo now. You got to be kidding me. Prettiest music in baseball. It's a Pablo Sanchez home run song. Pete Wheeler and Pablo Sanchez have gone back-to-back for the second time of this season. Unbelievable. Reflejo, season ticket holder, tweets in now on this live broadcast. Watch the comeback. He's feeling the momentum. We're getting going here on this Melonheads broadcast. Pete Wheeler starting us off, and then Pablo Sanchez follows up. In steps a guy capable of hitting a third, Mikey Thomas. Hanging knuckle curve from David Phelps. Mikey hits that one way up in the air. It had the distance. It just didn't have the trajectory. He got too far under it. And the crowd lets out a gasp as he just misses that ball. That would have been huge. Here's Tony Del Vecchio. Last chance for the Melonheads. He goes down swinging. The Phillies win their second straight. That one hurt. We do have the final game of this series coming up. I am excited that Pete and Pablo, Amir Khan, Josh Hader, striking out the side in the 8th and the 9th. Pete and Pablo go back to back. I'm excited they're going to pump up this team and make us play better in this final game of the series. We're going to try to make it a 2-2 split here in Game 4 of this series. We're jumping in right now. We're going to hear from Vinny the Gooch and Sunny Day, legendary commentators, and then we're jumping right into the game.
This is Sunny Day, wishing you all peace, harmony, and great baseball. See you next time.
The last game of this stream, of this series, coming up. We're going to face young righty Spencer Howard. We're giving Stephanie Morgan a rest. She has really struggled.
It's backyard baseball time! Sunny Day here with Vinny the Gooch. Say hello, Vinny. Hello, Vinny. It's time once again for backyard baseball. This is Sunny Day and my pal Vinny the Gooch with a hearty hi-ho to ya. Wait a minute. The Gooch does not under any circumstances say hi-ho. Sunny Day might be saying hi-ho, but the Gooch just says yo. Whatever, Vinny.
Luann Louie's been our biggest surprise so far to the start of this season. .79 whip, 9 strikeouts to 0 walks. She's been filthy, really good control. Interested to see if she can get us back in the win column today. In steps Scott Kendry. To lead us off, hit up the middle. Pablo Sanchez is going to get there. The throw not quite in time. Great effort by Pablo. Kendry runs well, though. And he beats out that ball. Kendry on the move now for second. The throw from Keisha Phillips, just like that. The first 2 pitches of the ball game. The Phillies have a man in scoring position with no outs. Ground ball to Luann Louie, the fastest pitcher in baseball. You'll see some funky animations like that sometimes. This team played Little League just a few years ago, and you see them make some funny little unassisted plays like that one. Bryce Harper stands in. Bryce Harper steps out. They're going to put him on automatic walk to first base. And just like that, runners are on the corner with 1 out, and in steps Reese Hoskins. Strike 3 from Luann Louie. She gets her 10th strikeout of the season in a big spot. Let's see if she can work out of this inning without allowing a run.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
Guys, you take a look at the home 9 as they enter play here this afternoon. They come in playing
Nice play by Jocinda Smith. Lulu will get out of the inning without allowing a run. We're going to see Pete Wheeler and Pablo Sanchez, who went back-to-back in the 9th last game. I'm excited to see what they're going to do this game, leading off. The fastest man in baseball has been hitting for power. 9 home runs on the season, Pete Wheeler.
Right.
Pete did not like that call there. It's going to be a long night if the pitcher's getting that call. Leads to a strikeout.
He's out.
Somebody got a dose of vitamin K.
Pablo Sanchez hit his first home run of the stream last night. He stands in again here.
Went deep in the contest last night. 1-2.
2 balls,
That
2
13
strikes.
mark for Pablo leads all of the majors currently.
Count's full.
Outside and
Spencer Howard doing his best job to not let Pablo make it 14.
That's out. Ball 4.
He doesn't want to give in. He chooses to just put Pablo on. He's going to set things up for Mikey Thomas.
stepping up now, Mikey Thomas. It was a two-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game.
Mikey swings
2-2
through
is the
it.
count.
Pablo swipes second. And we'll get a look at the 2-2 pitch here.
Count is full.
The ball just tails away as we get a look at Ahmed Khan standing on deck.
Hook, three.
Gets him swinging.
They're going to say Mikey does go around.
That's something you see quite a lot on 3 and 2. When the difference between striking out and drawing a walk can be an
Ahmed Khan with that sparkling 500 on base percentage. Pitchers have just been scared to death. They don't know how to pitch him. He's been on such a tear lately. He just is a little late on that low fastball. We've seen him do so much damage with that kind of pitch. Not going to happen here, though. He flies out to Bryce Harper. We head to the second, still scoreless here in Weasel World Park.
Second inning set to go, and standing in is the rookie third baseman.
Interested to see what kind of game Luan Louie turns in on the mound. Tony Del Vecchio, such a smooth fielder.
He's out.
Tough situation for him there, but no problem for Tony the Dude. Del Vecchio. Let's see how the rest of the defense shakes out here for the Melonheads.
Hit.
88 miles per hour, that's as fast as you're going to see from Lulu. Thinks she can run faster than she can throw. This ball's hit out to right center field. We're going to see a guy run pretty fast. Pete Wheeler, he gets there to make the play. He might be the only player in baseball that can make that catch from where he started out. 18 Wheeler, a.k.a. Wheelie, makes that play, helping his pitcher out. We're going to see the #1 sleeper in every fantasy draft in America, Andrew Knapp, come to the plate. Crushes a line drive down the right field line. Don't sleep on Knapp. He's got a double.
No, that missed.
What's up, James?
2-1.
James files back in, making the game here for this series finale, game 4 of this series. We see him take his seat as a season ticket holder right behind the dugout. If you want to know how you can become a season ticket holder, all you got to do is click that subscribe button and welcome to the game. If you want to join the Noti gang, click that bell so that it notifies you anytime that I go live. We head to the bottom of the second. Game still scoreless here in Weasel World Park.
Now at the plate, Flash Phillips, as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 here to start the home half of the second. 1-1 home. Rounded weakly down the line toward third.
Foul.
James, we dropped 2 straight after winning the opener of this series.
Hit high and
Keisha smokes this ball. It's going to try to stay up. It will. She just had the launch angle to get that ball out of here. Keisha always showing her personality on the base pass after a home run. She does a front flip roll and then a jumping jack touches home plate. Marky Dubois never seen anything like it. Keisha Phillips with a home run starting off the Melonheads here in the bottom of the second. She's going to put us on the board for the first time tonight. James Nolan bringing us some good luck for the team and some good momentum. Marky Dubois follows it up with a ground out to second. James, you did miss a ninth inning back-to-back showing. Back-to-back bombs by Pete and Pablo, dude. I hate to tell you. Other than that, that was a frustrating game. Amir Khan came in and K'd the side in the 8th. We were trying to get him some work. And then Josh Hader K'd the side in the 9th, though.
2-1.
And then the bottom half, Pete and Pablo went back-to-back, bottom of the 9th, but it wasn't quite enough, and we lost 7-5, I think. Tony stands in now.
Three balls, one strike.
Tony's been working the ball the other way. Stephanie Morgan's really been struggling. She got the day off today. She's just really struggling at the plate. Doing a solid job on defense, but Tony smokes the ball the other way. I don't know if he has enough oppo power. He burns Bryce Harper here, runs Harper into the wall. Then Harper has trouble picking the ball up in right. Tony Del Vecchio headed for third base. He's in there with a one-out triple. Let's see if it goes as a triple. It does. Tony Del Vecchio, his first career triple. James Nolan, college best friend and roommate, making a showing there, burning Bryce Harper. What a sweet way to get your first career triple. And the Melonheads are looking to score another run here in this inning. Now Jocinda's picking on Bryce. Base hit drops in front of him. The Melonheads take a 2-0 lead.
So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down.
In steps Lulu, the pitcher.
Got him.
They are going to get to second and get the go-ahead run at second base. In steps Pete Wheeler. He K'd in the first inning. Homered in the 9th last night, though.
No, he's safe.
Keeping
He's in
Lulu
there.
close. She can run. Probably the fastest pitcher in baseball. She does have one steal. She's the only female with a steal in the majors.
2-1. Safe.
She's going to take her second there. She's just so quick. Swipes second base. Pete's going to bat with a runner in scoring position. Rare for a leadoff hitter to get to bat with a runner in scoring position.
No, ball.
3-1 count to him with Pablo Sanchez on deck.
Pretty much unable to hit any of his spots, and now he's at 3-1, and he's put into
Take your base.
hitting count.
Pete takes a walk. Pablo Sanchez with the Melonheads up 2-0, and 2 Melonheads on base. The secret weapon stands in to bat with 2 away in the inning.
When he got him to 3-1, he wasn't too anxious.
Standing in, Sanchez. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. Little
2 balls, 1 strike.
Such a dangerous spot here. The whole world tunes in. MLB Network with a live look in at this Pablo Sanchez at bat.
line drive, snagged.
He's gone.
He hits a soft line drive out to short. Good slider from Spencer Howard. Gets Pablo out in front, and that ends the inning. He gets away with a tough situation there. In steps Scott Kendry.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the
Let's see if Lulu can continue to put a good pitching performance together here.
And it's fouled away.
Doesn't throw very hard at all, but she's accurate
That's the ball.
and pretty filthy
2-2.
with all 4 of her pitches.
Now a swing and a chopper.
Especially that slurve. But the splitter and palm ball also have some good break on it.
Fouled off. 2-2. Hit out towards second. Reined in. Throw to first
You got him.
in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. So 1 gone here in the Philadelphia third, and that'll bring up the National again competing with McCutcheon.
Ball. Outside.
Side as they draw even at 2-2. Swing.
Strike 3.
Strikes. It's 2 up.
Another hitter. Somebody got a dose of vitamin K.
Here's Bryce Harper, who was intentionally walked with a base open his first time up.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Pitch on the way.
That missed. That's the ball.
Quite a bit off the plate that time.
2-2.
Bases are empty here with 2 men sent out to
She leaves that slurve up, and Harper crushes it out to Pete Wheeler in center field. He's on his horse. He makes the catch. Has a conversation with the wall.
in order. They're down 2-0.
Wonder if he asked if Mikey Thomas or Ahmed Khan will homer this inning. We're going to get to see him bat.
Bottom of the third now, and set to go is the rookie first baseman, lifted in the air out towards left.
Mikey has just missed a few pitches
Center fielder.
on this stream today. Just gets under that one. He's got such a pretty swing. He only has 5 home runs on the season, but a beautiful slash line. I imagine he will continue
So here's the cleanup hitter.
to improve on those numbers. Here's a guy that is due for some regression, but the way he's swinging the bat, you just get a feeling he's on a hot streak right now. And he just misses that curveball. Ahmed has definitely slowed down since his hot start. We did see a viral video of his highlights surface around Twitter and MLB Network earlier this morning, but he slowed down in this series. Here's Keisha Phillips.
That's the ball. Outside.
2 out, nobody on. High in the air down the right field line.
96 right down the middle. Keisha's late on it.
Wind up being a foul ball.
Ball.
Working the outer half here, but that
Full
looks
count.
wide for ball 3.
Hey, struggling to find the release point of that curveball. That wasn't a very good one.
Inside. Ball 4.
Just
Take your base.
misses that inside corner. And the Milton Heads have some late life here. In steps Marky Dubois.
Ball 4. Here's the 1-1. Runner goes per second.
2 and 1's the count.
Keisha Phillips caught stealing to end the inning. What a throw by Knapp. Don't take a nap. Don't go away. We're coming right into this top of the fourth with Reese Hoskins leading off. Lulu working on a shutout through 3 innings.
He's out.
Time, 1 gone here in the fourth. One gone in the inning now. Here's Nina Gregorian. Now the 1-1 pitch. High fly ball after straightaway center.
Fly ball out to center to Pete Wheeler. He makes the play, 2 away. Luann Louie, tonight's starter for the Melonheads. She throws a couple different variations of that splitter. Sometimes Show Track notices it as a splitter. Sometimes they call it a palm ball. She calls it a slow ball. If you ask her, it's what the kids used to call it, any variation of the changeup back in the day on Backyard Baseball.
Skies
This ball is crushed out to right. Marky Dubois on the run. He can't get there. He's going to have to play it off the wall. It's a 2-out double, and the Phillies have some late life.
Second base now with 2 gone.
Extending his arms very well, was able to get it over the right fielder's head. One hopping it off the wall for an easy double. That's one of those solid hits that you don't even feel coming off the bat.
To 2
Ball.
balls and 2 strikes now. This one
Full
misses,
count.
and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away.
Some pitchers fall into the trap of giving in on too because they don't want to walk the guy. But with the base open,
Oh,
Tony with a nice play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Melonheads lead the Phillies 2-0. Marky Dubois does have a couple home runs in this series. Trying to make it 3 here.
Swing and a miss.
1-2.
2 strikes here.
The pitch got in on the hands in a hurry from Spencer Howard.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Away from him there. It's ball 2.
well, 2 straight fastballs inside haven't put him away. So now it'll be interesting to see
Count
what
is
he
full.
turns to.
Full count now. Now the 3-2 pitch. There's a swing.
Marky pushes that ball out to left field. Kutch on the move. He jumps. Can't. Did he? No. Can't make the play. Marky Dubois. Home run. Marky's first ever home run, taking a pitch the other way. It's good to see. Andrew McCutcheon almost brought this ball back. Looks pretty confident. Looked like he almost made the play. Looks like he was going to, but just can't quite get there. And Marky Dubois with his 3rd home run in the series. That's going to bring up Tony Del Vecchio.
Plate now. Tony the Dude.
Ball. 2-1.
One thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes.
3-1.
Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
Joe Smith, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. Gregorius has it. Throw on
Nice backhand play from Didi Gregorius in the hole.
the inning.
First out of the inning, and here comes Jocinda Smith.
Swinging a ground ball to third.
Ball.
Phillies have played great defense in this series.
And he lays
No,
it
that's out.
outside as they draw even at 2-2. 1 out, nobody on.
3.
What a pitch from Spencer Howard, 97.
At the plate
And here is Lulu.
comes into this at-bat 0-for-1. And this is popped up near second base. Pingree over to his right. In trouble with this one, and he hits his home run. So 1 run on 1 hit, which was the home run. No errors. No one left undone. On to the top of the 5 we go. The stat line.
Don't go to sleep. We'll give you a look at Knapp when we come back.
All ready to go.
Here he is now.
Top of the 5th. And next to hit is the pitcher, Andrew Knapp. Grounded softly down the line toward first. But the
Foul.
foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2.
Take
Fastball,
3.
strike 3.
Gets the call from the umpire. Luann Louie shaping up to be a nice surprise for this pitching staff and this team.
Count moves to a
She has another hitter on the ropes here, 1-2 count to the opposing pitcher. And Spencer Howard goes down swinging.
And that's strike 3. That's it for this. Oh, it's terrible. Painful.
That's the ultimate challenge pitch, and for me personally,
Not even close.
man, that's a sight of beauty.
So now to the plate. Got Pingree
Another 1-2 count here. No way Luann Louie strikes out the side. Not quite. Marky Dubois gets a late jump on this one. It's going to fall in front of him. Play at second base. Not quite there. Pablo makes a quick tag. Not quite going to make the play. And the Phillies have a man on second now with 2 outs in the inning. Lulu gets right back to work. 1-2 count to McCutcheon.
Ball.
Can't quite get there. Rounding third, headed to the plate. Not in time. Wow. Frustrating couple of base hits there from the Phillies. A double and then a single. And McCutcheon moves up to second on the throw. In steps Bryce Harper now. This inning has the potential to get ugly real quick. There's Exhibit A as Harper sends that one into the sandbox out there in left field. Ground ball. He hits this one a mile. Oh, actually, it's just right out in front of home plate. They get to play at first. Keisha Phillips throws a siege. She does have a pretty strong arm. That's going to end the top of the fifth. We head to the bottom of the fifth. Top of the lineup due up for the Melonheads. Pete grounds out, and that means it's time for the secret weapon.
One ball,
96. Pablo just laid and just under that one. Hanging knuckle curve. Pablo smokes that one out to left. That had to hurt Andrew McCutcheon's palm as he makes that catch. But it's just a loud and entertaining out number 2. If Pablo just gets under that ball a little bit more, that ball might have been swimming. James, I appreciate that a lot, dude. I appreciate that, man. You, as Mikey catches one down and in, smokes that ball just foul. 1-2 count. Holds up on that curve in the dirt, and I'm glad he did. Or him and Coach Ekman would have had a talking. James, I appreciate just, 6, 7 people on here. It makes my day. I like having conversations. I like having you on here to talk to, man. I've enjoyed it. We've made good friends throughout it, talking baseball or whatever. Mikey smokes this one as well. So yeah, 60 subs is a ton to me. On YouTube, nobody cares usually. But I care, and super cool that you think that's a neat number too, because I certainly do. And I think of 60 subs as like 60 individual people, like James Nolan, Noah Smith, Carlos Valdez, and so it's a lot of people to me. And I love our group that we have, and you're a big part of that, dude. Big part of that. So anyway, let's move on. See if the Melonheads can close out this win and look to tie the Phillies in this series. We definitely don't want to lose this series and go 1-3 in a 4-game homestand. As Reese Hoskins stands in, he has heated up in this series. Hit his first home run against us. Tony Del Vecchio almost robbed him, and he's hit a ton of doubles. He's not going to do that here though. Fun to pitch with Luann Louie. She is looked really good here, in control, both figuratively and literally. She has a very good command of all 4 of her pitches.
Ball.
Didi doesn't know what to do with a pitch that well placed.
We got a full count.
Slurve gets away from her. We are now full. Ground ball in the hole to Pablo. He gets it out of his glove quickly and gets Didi by a full step. Dude, I appreciate that. I think that will be awesome, dude. I'll definitely be. I don't care how many subs I have. I'll be shouting out to people that found me early on. I can guarantee you that. I'm just that kind of person. And definitely appreciate you guys. Luann Louie with a rare backhand off the mound. Makes a good play at first. She's through 6 innings with 1 run allowed. I imagine she'll start the 7th. We're going to get a chance to see Ahmed Khan bat after this. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts. He's wanting to hit a flyout here, just not the same kind as the other two. He got close there, can't quite get under the ball enough. The Melonheads have been smoking the ball here today, but they just got to improve that launch angle. Especially, you know, the heart of this order, the superstars. And they're getting good wood on the ball. If they can get under it a little bit, that ball flies, especially here at Weasel World Park. Seems like the ball likes to go to Weasel World Amusement Park too. Spencer Howard's going to be the end of the day for him, as we hear that the Sunny Day always on the call there. We're going to get a look at Sir Anthony Dominguez, the filthy right-hander that touches, flirts with triple digits. Keisha Phillips stands in now as we see what she did back in the 2nd inning. Absolute laser over that 330 sign out there in left field. She's got her hands full here, though, with Sir Anthony Dominguez. 98 on the gun. See if the Melonheads can buy some insurance here in the 6th inning. 100 up and in. Keisha a little bit late on that one. Harper makes the play. 1 away. Here's the guy with the best series so far on this stream, Marky Dubois. 3 home runs this series. Late on a changeup down the middle. That sounds terrible, but it was coming in at almost 90 miles per hour for a changeup. That's pretty fast. Tony Del Vecchio has impressed me so much in this series. He continues to impress me, man. He's been a patient hitter. We know he's great with the glove. Such a smooth player. They call him the dude. As you see him celebrating there, he rarely shows emotion. Super smooth in the field. He's been starting to be really patient at the plate, and he's been starting to gravitate towards a gap hitter. And if he starts to hit some doubles like he has in this series, he could be a superstar before long. 99 from Sir Anthony against Jocinda Smith. Let's see if she can cash in that runner from second base. Sir Anthony cashes in a strikeout. Not before a 1 out. No, it was 2 out RBI double from Tony Del Vecchio. Sorry about that. I'm stumbling all over my words, so let's go to Vinny the Gooch. He never stumbles over his words. The cool Vinny the Gooch. We're going to hear from our sponsor as Adam Hasley steps in.
You know, Sonny, I could sure go for an ice-cold goochberry soda right about now. Nothing beats the cool, refreshing taste of a goochberry soda.
2-1.
Goochberry soda, available at fine soda stands throughout the ballpark.
Hey, I give him credit. He's really working the count right here.
Keisha loses that one in the sun here on this day game. Ends up making the play, though.
Full count.
Filthy splitter, slow ball, as Lulu calls it, for strike number 2. And the fastball gets him for strike number 3. Andrew Knapp, she just puts him to sleep right there on that fastball. Here is Gene Segura. Another strikeout for Lulu to end the inning. The old right hook, as the kids used to call it, the slurve, as we call it now in the majors, gets Gene Segura. That is strikeout number. We're going to check right after this. We're going to see Stephanie Morgan make an entrance to this ball game. She has really struggled early on after having a .320 batting average. She's been in a slump since that. We're going to check out and see Lulu's numbers through 7 innings. She's gone 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. That ERA is down to a 2.03, just absolutely filthy. We may get a chance to see Josh Hader, Kenny K. Kawaguchi, and Amir Khan. Khan and Hader got some work yesterday in the loss. They both came in and K'd the side. So I'm really interested to see if we see them. It is a 3-run game. Coach Ekman likes to use them in a traditional setup and closer role. We see Pete Wheeler. You got to be kidding me. Pete Wheeler's kissing the bat. That can only mean one thing. That ball is gone. Pete's saving his energy, not sprinting around the bases this time. That means he thinks we're going to Weasel World Amusement Park after this game. Let's see if the back end of the bullpen can hold this lead. But first, we see a Pete Wheeler home run. Kisses the bat and tosses it. Let's see if we might get to witness a Pablo Sanchez home run. This kid is becoming the most exciting player to watch in the game of baseball. He's been trending ever since the story broke. People thought it was a hoax, that he was getting signed, and then his entire Little League team was making the majors. He's been trending ever since. They found out it wasn't a hoax, that we do have this complete series up on the playlist.
Ball.
And ever since, people have just been tuning in to watch this kid play. He chases strike 3 there. The bat boy's not going to help out Knapp on the wild pitch. Even when Pablo strikes out, he gets on base. And he's going to be looking to steal, as we're still looking for more insurance. And we have the 3 and 4 hitters due up. A rare game where Mikey Thomas doesn't get on base. He's 0 for 3 so far in this game. Pablo headed for second on the full count. It's going to keep Mikey out of the double play. That is going to be a ground out to the second baseman. And we see a cat who has slowed down after a ridiculous start to the season, Ahmed Khan. Mikey just missed that changeup. Ahmed just misses that fastball. Hasley's under it. The Melonheads get one on the Pete Wheeler solo shot out towards Weasel World. They're going to look to celebrate at Weasel World after this victory if the bullpen can close out this game. Headed to the 8th inning. Kenny Kawaguchi making his entrance here with a 4-run lead in the 8th. A guy with one of the coolest reliever entries in baseball, Kenny Kawaguchi. Let's see if his numbers will start to catch up with how cool this cat is.
Hey, full count.
Known as a control artist, they usually end up doing pretty well in the bigs, even if they go through a rough stretch. There's a strikeout there from Kenny K. Kenny giving him a dose of K. Vitamin K from Kenny K. We see Lulu, 7 strong innings. Great quality start from her. She's in line for the win if the bullpen can close this out. Pablo, play up the middle. Can't get McCutcheon. He still runs well at this stage of his career. Can't believe Pablo wasn't able to make the play. It's going to put Kenny in a tough spot here. Let's see if he can battle out of it. Bryce Harper steps to the plate. We do have Josh Hader warming up, but per the new rules in 2020, Kenny's got to face at least one more batter. He's got to face at least 3 batters when you come in from the bullpen. It's a new rule in 2020.
Nope, ball.
Count runs full here.
Full count. It's outside, ball 4.
Doesn't quite get the call. And now there's 2 on and only 1 out for Reese Hoskins. Millhead's in double play depth. That ball's going to get through. Kahn on the throw home. Not in time. And the Phillies cut the lead to 3 now. Kenny K with a hanging splitter.
Infield
Looks like he's going to
fly
get
rule.
away with
Batter
it,
out
whether
is
Mikey
fair.
catches it or not. Infield fly rule. Batter's automatically out. 2 away. And we're going to see Alec Bohm step to the plate.
We got a full count.
Doesn't get the chase. Runner's going to get a head start here. Ground ball to Jocinda. She makes the play. It's going to send us to the bottom of the 8th. If the Phillies want to come back, it's going to have to be in the 9th off of Amir Khan. He K'd the side. Gregorius, Real Muto, and McCutcheon last night. He's going to get a save opportunity tonight. But first, we get to see the Melonheads bat. Keisha smokes that ball the other way. Scouting report as we start to get more data on this young team. Perfect as Bryce Harper is in the perfect spot to make the play. 1 away.
That's inside, ball.
Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
2.
Speed pitch, good for strike 2. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty D, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear.
Markey smokes that ball. We might as well run it. Marquis Dubois with his 4th home run in this series, in this stream. And we are picking the banjo here in Weasel World. That ball was absolutely crushed as we see the numbers here on Show Track. .436 over the hot dog stand out there in right center. It's not going to be a safe situation for Amir Khan, but it looks like Coach Ekman will still bring him on. You got to be kidding me. Tony crushes this one, an up and away fastball, not even in the zone. And he's showing some developing power. Tony Del Vecchio, possibly the next star on this team as we see him develop right before our eyes. What power shown there by Tony Del Vecchio. Back-to-back perfects on back-to-back pitches. That was pretty. Tony Del Vecchio with the bat flip. And that ball is a no-doubter. Unbelievable. Dubois 436, Del Vecchio 434. Can Jocinda follow suit?
Two what?
I always thought it was advantage to the hitter, and so far that looks like it's the case in this one right here. They must be seeing the ball really well because
Very crafty
absolutely smoked.
pitch choice there from Alvarez. Throws the change, knows Jocinda would be antsy to try to make it back to back to
Count is
back.
full. That's high.
She's
Ball
going
four.
to take ball 4. Shows a lot of discipline there after 2 hitters go back to back in front of you. Still looking for your first bomb, and you just decide to take ball 4 to help the team. Coach Ekman's going to send his daughter out there to hit. And Kimmy Ekman now catches one. You gotta be kidding me. The Melonheads have exploded for 4 runs here in the 8th inning in the prettiest way possible. Dubois and Del Vecchio go back-to-back on perfects. And then Kimmy Ekman, a pinch hit, 2-run home run, makes this lead now 7.
This has become an offensive explosion.
That is remarkable. That is a statistic anomaly, as we're going to get a chance to see Pete Wheeler and then Pablo Sanchez bat now. Dubois hits at 436, Del Vecchio hits at 434, and Kimmy hits at 435. That's remarkable. Game log says 436. Show track said hers was 435. We're going to get to see Blake Parker now come in, former Twins closer for the Phillies.
Two balls, 1 strike. That's a ball.
Pablo on deck, getting a little bit antsy. He's seen this team in front of him that he has really taught the game of baseball to develop right in front of his eyes. As Pete Wheeler stands in now with 10 home runs of his own on this season. Pete all over that fastball, just kind of got in on the handle. He was maybe an inch away from hitting that ball a lot more than an inch farther. But he flies out, and here is Pablo Sanchez. What an exciting stream and episode we've had this. Two-one count to Pablo.
Ball.
We're just not wanting to give him anything to hit. Starting to look like how backyard baseball used to look. Pitchers just do not want to pitch to Pablo Sanchez.
Favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a
93.
you're the pitcher.
Pablo didn't think he would get a 3-1 fastball, and he did. See what he goes to on 3-2. Cutter, great pitch there to Pablo on 3-2. Didi throws one in the dirt. Nice pick from Hoskins. We're going to head to the 9th. Not a safe situation. I wonder who Ekman will go to here in the top of the 9th. The Melonheads with a 7-run lead here on the official Melonheads broadcast. filthy loopy curveball from Brent Suter. Yes, it did. Phil Gosselin going to pinch hit here for the Phillies. They're down to their last out here in this series. And it looks as if these teams are going to split 2-2 in this series. This ball out to Markey. What a fitting way to end it as he gets under it. Makes the catch. Markey with 4 home runs in this series. We got to see a few back-to-back home runs. Luan Louie gets the victory. Pablo and Jocinda datting it up. Great way to end it. That makes me super excited for the next episode. Make sure you're subscribed and get these free season tickets to this team and get notifications when we post. Speaking of, hit that bell. Make sure it's on all instead of personalized so that you get notified every time that I post. It's not too often. The next stream will probably be in a couple of days, but always check for me about 4:30 Eastern. My stream schedule as of now, as y'all know, is 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. Tony Del Vecchio, what a game as he starts to come out of his shell and be a new potential superstar for this team. We're going to hear from Sunny Day and Vinny the Gooch, and then we're going to close up this stream and get ready for a long road trip that might be entertaining. The Melonheads are now 10-9 on the season. We'll look how we are doing in the divisional standing. We get a 3-game road trip with the Mets, another showdown with Syndergaard. We do have to face DeGrom. Then we get a 3-game stand against the Pirates, and then 3 games at Colorado where the ball flies, maybe even more than Weasel World Park. So it's been a really fun episode, really fun stream. I'm your host, your Melonheads broadcaster. Appreciate you guys, the season ticket holders, and the fans, the analysts, fielding specialists, Carlos Valdez, everybody that has contributed to this series. We're going to keep on moving forward, and I imagine there will be people that come and find this as we move on. You see the league leaders in home runs there. Pablo, top of the category with 13, and Pete has now tied Ahmed at 10. This is how we shape up in the division. The Reds have started off really well, but this division is wide open, and we got a lot of baseball left to play. We will pick that up next time. We're going to hear from Sunny Day. I'll see you guys. Hope you have a great weekend. I hope to see you, if not tomorrow, the next day. 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys.
This is Sunny Day, wishing you all peace, harmony, and great baseball. See you next time.
See you, James. Appreciate that, bro. We'll see all you Melonheads, season ticket holders, and fans next time here on the official Humongous Melonheads Custom